want to do that again.
Nah.
Ready, fools?
Hi. Hi.
That's
Hi.
me.
Hi. Let me turn my every time I die down in the back of my ears there. Hi. This is the Bonded by Heart show. If you haven't seen us before, get ready. Should be a fun one. We are here to do the Fear Street recap. All three shows, we've already done them. We did basic reviews on them.
It's true.
About an hour long each. They're all up. They're all in the archives on YouTube now, so you can go and check them out there. And then tonight we're gonna do a quick fun recap on what we really loved, a couple specific scenes, maybe a little bit more what we hate. Maybe some of our opinions have changed about it. Maybe not. I don't know.
Which mount
we've
did
all
we hate
rewatched
today?
a little bit. Hey, I'm gonna get into that in a minute. I'm Eddie Vegas, as you can see on my shirt. Buy one of these from me, you fucks. Go ahead. Anybody else?
Oh, already sorry. JC Walsh. I'm not wearing one of his shirts, but I got a cool fly one on.
I gotta send you one.
Yeah, you gotta send me one.
Come on, man! Look at that shit. It's badass. It's got
It's
fucking.
badass.
It's got razor blades for leaves and skulls.
What?
And
I can pump iron in that shirt so it could look like Eddie Vegas.
that's what I'm saying. Look, it's guaranteed to give you traps like this. Look at these fucking traps.
Well, those
Yeah,
traps. I don't think I'm gonna
it's
get traps like that, but it's all right.
My traps got traps now, bro.
I tried
Look at-
handling
look
what you did on Shrugs 2 years ago. I almost dropped the damn bar.
Oh, it's worse now. Now I use wrist straps. Now I now I'm doing like 405 for like sets. That's I'm an asshole. But I can't squat with a piss. So there you go.
As you see me just doing reps of fucking cheeseburgers.
Nothing wrong with that. I had a couple cheeseburgers on the way home. I didn't give a shit. I just got out of the gym.
I had a fucking.
Cheeseburgers are gonna happen.
I had a steak like this big today, dude. It was awesome. Felt so good.
I gotta get back. Carnivore's coming back.
Today was the start. Was the start of the process all over again because
Well, I figure I got about 3.5 weeks until our sister's wedding. Well, Ben, you should probably say who you are real quick so we can get through that piece of it.
No, that's impossible. It's what the hell would it be today? Because I've talked about fucking Fear Street.
Recap Scroogey.
Sure.
Recap Scroogey.
Ooh, recap Scroogey. I like it. Come on, just do that.
I'm on point, guys. I just pumped some fucking iron.
I tried.
I ate some fucking cheeseburgers. I'm drinking a vodka. I'm the epitome of what you don't want to do with your life.
I have a Coca-Cola.
Here you go.
Well, I'm I'm drinking a good Trogs Grand Cacao. Is that how we said it? You told me what it was because I cannot pronounce shit.
Cacao.
There you go. Nice stout.
Very nice.
Well, porter's one of them, but
very
bubbly, very chocolatey.
So, This is going to be kind of just a free flowing. It's not going to be crazy long, crazy in depth. We've already gone through all three of the movies slash episodes. I'm still going to have a hard time. So here's what I did. I was originally going to. I tried mapping out my weekend to watch all three movies again.
Me too.
My life is crazy. So is all of ours, and it just didn't happen. Time with my family and friends meant way more to me than sitting down in my house. I barely turn my TVs on during the summertime. So I did rewatch the first one because that was the one that's been the most controversial for us as a group. Not the most controversial out in the horror community or the review world. It's actually the last episode that's the most controversial so far. Excuse me.
That's wild. I love that.
Which I'm not surprised. The more I think about them, the more I get that. And I will say this. Let's just get right out there.
Mhm.
I don't, after rewatching the first one last night, and I gave it an honest. I didn't take any notes. I wanted to go in fresh again. I did, however, watch it on a different TV than I watched it on the first time, which doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. But my upstairs bedroom TV it's a little bit older than my other one, my big one. My
Oh,
big
so
boy
those lights were crazy that the first time you saw it.
right. So my big one is like, it's not 4K, but it's pretty fucking. I mean, it's as modern
It's
as I give a
4K
fuck over
adjacent.
TV. Yeah, Ben's seen my TV. It's right up there with most things you're gonna watch. It's a nice TV. It's an LG. I know what I'm doing with it. 55-inch in my living room is more than enough, and I have like the background lights and everything else. I like watching movies. So I'm watching a movie, and I think maybe that's what it is. But I watched all three of them on the same TV, and like watching it on my other TV, which doesn't up convert as well because it's a little bit older and it's only a 42-inch. My TV in my bedroom. It was a little bit more like watching like a normal movie. Like, does that make sense? Like, you ever think about like a VHS tape to like a fucking
Yeah,
DVD or a Blu-ray, and like how sometimes the VHS looked better because you're like, oh, it feels
Depending
like a movie.
on
I
depending
would
on the movie.
love to watch at least the first one on VHS.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be able to do something like that.
If it's
That's
a
big
movie
thing now.
shot on digital, I guarantee you it'll probably look shit on VHS. There's
Oh yeah, true.
any
Actually, he's
so
got
like
a point.
let's just say if you took, because all of the Fear Streets were shot on digital, I'm fairly certain. If you take all of those movies and then, because people actually do that, then they convert it into VHS tapes and sell them. I guarantee you it would look so shitty because you're down converting it to be able to fit onto those tapes. So it just wouldn't look right.
He's got a point, but there might be. I mean, I don't know if
There's definitely a charm to it, like guaranteed.
I'm sure that there's something. There's got to be a filter or something that they can re-record it with, or do something to make it look grainy or something.
But if you think about it like that, in the same vein, if we take that and let's just take an example like Return of the Living Dead, for example, and then upscaled into on a Blu-ray, it just doesn't look as right, and it doesn't look as clean in my opinion than on a VHS tape.
Yeah, I'm the other. See, no, I'm actually the opposite. Like, if you watch like Predator, all fucking up converted, it's phenomenal because everything's real. They're all practical effects. The makeup's real. There's no CGI. It's real explosions. It's blood capsules. It's like, that's why older movies, when they're up converted, actually look pretty fucking dope because you're looking at a real thing. So like, when you see the Predator walk through the woods, you're really watching a dude in a giant fucking suit in the middle of a goddamn Amazon jungle.
I have to get Predator in 4K, or at least rent it in 4K. I got a 4K TV.
I got mine somewhere.
There's
an awesome. Oh god.
I have it on Blu-ray. You can buy the Blu-ray. It's the first one, second one, and then the one with Brody fucking, what's his name?
Oh, the Predators. The one where they Adrian
Rodriguez version.
Adrian
I don't hate that one. I thought that was okay for
the one where Eric Foreman's the bad guy at the end, and he got them all on the planet.
It's not the fucking best movie ever, but it's
one?
better than a lot of other bullshit. Yeah,
I like the third.
It's definitely better than the Predator. The Predator is fucking ass.
That was rough.
That movie was terrible.
And I don't hate movies. Oh, I still find things I liked about it, but it still was not.
I hated that
I was gonna
fucking thing.
say there were things about that one that I actually really enjoyed because Shane Black is the guy who. So Shane Black is in the original one.
Yep.
And he made, and he's a known.
Did he direct Predator 2? I can't remember.
No. He's in the first one.
He did Iron Man 3 though.
He did Iron Man 3.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
and I think he did the. I'm pretty sure if somebody wants to look this up, I might even be able to. I'm pretty sure he's the one who either wrote or directed, or both the Lethal Weapon movies, something like that.
I know he's a part of Lethal Weapon.
He's known for like that kind of like buddy comedy, comedy, shit like that. But he's the guy in Predator. Like, he's got the glasses and he tells really shitty jokes. That's him.
He just did the
They're hilarious.
screenplay. Yeah, you're right. He did the screenplay for the first 2 movies. He also did Monster Squad, which like that kind of still like falls in line to like that campy
Yeah.
like
I didn't
Squad
know
of
he did.
Kids.
Wow.
He did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which made sense. He
I'm
actually
getting a
directed that.
horror movie lesson here, man. It
Yeah.
feels good.
Yep. So
Yeah, I count Predator in the horror movie.
love-
I mean, I know
I
it's
would love
sci-fi, but
No, it's horror sci-fi. I would put
definitely
think
the
it's
first
horror.
one. But
I
yeah,
think-
second one
I
too.
think all of them are.
Second
all of
one.
them are
Yeah,
fucking
all of
horror.
them. All of them. Yeah.
but I got they have a fucking awesome steelbook case for it. I
That's
made
dope.
sure to grab that. Yeah, and it's like on like the back of it, it has like the heat vision filter that Predator has whenever he's looking for Arnie and shit. It's
Yeah.
it's really cool looking, and they did the same thing. They did a 2-pack, not a 2-pack, but they released them on the same day. It was that and Alien, on the same,
cool.
and it was fucking awesome. Yep, really cool.
So,
So-
long story short, things that are old actually do pretty well because they're not like digitally enhanced. And I think that's why things like A24 movies look so good because they're shot right. Like they're shot a lot. I don't know. I mean, well, The Lighthouse was shot in like fucking
It was
some kind of crazy
it
old
was
camera, like 9mm camera.
Yeah, it was-
what 30
Very
millimeter.
old
whatever.
school.
mm-hmm.
It was shot with the real camera, so that shit looks amazing. It's the same idea as like if you listen
Hateful
to a
Eight.
City and Color album, whether you like that music or not. I love the older stuff. He did the 3 main albums that everybody loves. He recorded them in an old church on tape, which costs an insane amount of money because tape costs a shitload and nobody makes it anymore. So
Mhm.
like, but they sound unreal. They sound untouchable. If compared to like a digital recording where like a dude in his room just doing it all on his laptop, like yeah, you can make it sound good, but like it feels compressed
Different.
and fucking filed, and it's just not the same.
Mhm.
Anyways, so with that being said, I back to the movies we're supposed to be talking about. I enjoy it better the second time around. I don't know if that's the right term or I hated it less. I don't know which one I want, how I feel yet.
That sounds
I
pretty simple.
will take back. I will take this back. How last time I said realistically, in my opinion, the more I thought about the first one, I thought it should have gotten closer to a 5. I think the 6.5 that I gave it the first time is well deserved in my opinion. I still don't think it's any better than that. I
Mhm.
don't. But here's what I did learn. The main character is just as annoying, and I'm going to tell you why. And it's not as much. It's not as much. Although I found a few reviews now where people talk about the mouth thing, and they talk about her and they talk about Alice the same way. And it's
Mhm.
that hack the movies talk about it. They go, yeah, what's up with their mouth? Were they just drunk on set the whole time? And I went, I'm not lying. I'm not fucking crazy. They had a weird like lispy thing. And
No, everybody notices that stuff differently. I mean, I noticed it didn't bother me as much as certain people. That's but
everybody's, I'm an asshole.
everybody's
Dude.
different,
We already
right.
know that. We can admit it. I'm cool with it. But yeah, so I didn't hate the Stony kid as much this time around. I actually
Yeah.
enjoyed him. I
Yeah.
thought he was way better because I liked him and Kate's chemistry together. And I
Yep.
still think from the first one, Kate and Josh is still the best part of that movie. Like for separate reasons, not just because they kind of get together, because acting wise, they're the two best actors in the show, in the movie. I thought, anyways. Kate's death, as much as it might be, it still might be my favorite death out of all of the.
Is that the bread one where she gets pushed through the
Yeah.
fuck? Yeah.
bread,
Yeah.
the bread,
The
that we can
cake
say it
thing,
now.
yeah,
It's
whatever
good.
it is, it's
It's
awesome.
Oh, speaking of
spoilers,
which,
right, go.
spoiler alert tonight. We should have
Spoiler
said that
alert.
at the beginning, but we are.
Well, we
we're
did,
not
but we're
gonna,
saying it again.
no
We're saying
fucks.
it again.
Yeah, but no fucks given tonight. We're going to talk about whatever we want on this one.
That
Um,
scene, even when you watch it again, you're just like, no, you don't want her to die.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's such a great, probably one of the best gory creative
makes-
scenes.
When you
Yeah.
watch it a second time around, it bums you out more because you actually
Yep.
like. I felt more for the character because I'm like, oh, I really like her. She's just trying to get out of her town. She's just like selling the drugs thing. Like I've been there. I've literally
you
done
just
that
reminded
before.
me.
Like so I was impressed with her. And that little Stony kid, I thought they had a fun chemistry. Josh is still fucking awesome. That kid is fantastic. I can't wait to see him in something else.
Stronger characters.
I
throughout the
really,
series.
yeah, I really
Even
enjoyed
the third,
him.
even the third, his character, he didn't do
I hope
much.
he doesn't.
but,
Go ahead.
You know,
I hope he
no,
doesn't
I mean,
get
the
like.
third is like, oh, sorry.
I hope it just doesn't get typecast as like this. I'm a fat nerd kid, like kind of thing.
He's not fat anymore.
Oh,
look
he's
up,
not.
Look up a picture. That movie was shot 2.5, 3 years ago.
Oh, that's true.
So look at him now. He's like skinny and he looks great.
Nice, good for him.
So like actors can. I mean, look at Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill got typecast and he's one of the best actors in the last 20 years.
You can still get typecast. I mean, when you do something big like something like this is big. He's gonna get
Got a lot of
typecast.
both.
His thing with like what happened. Look at the chick to play as Ziggy. I don't remember her real name. My bad.
Stranger
She's
Things
typecast
girl.
from Stranger Things.
Sadie Sink. Sadie Sink.
Sadie Sink. Yeah, I was gonna say Sadie. That's right. Shoot.
Mhm.
So and also even with wow, I'm losing it. Whoever played 11? Who played 11 again? Because I usually know her name.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie
Millie
Bobby. I knew it
Bobby
was an M somewhere.
Yep.
Like even with her with Godzilla and stuff like that, there's still like a character very similar. So it's gonna happen for a little bit, but like but then you're gonna see them come out of nowhere, some like big crazy movie, like oh crap, look who's in it 10 years later.
I don't know if a lot of these kids are going to become actors anywhere else. I'll be honest with you, because like now here's what I did do, and I kind of brought this up earlier. What I did do, because I didn't have time to watch all three movies, I made sure to watch the first one again because I wanted to give that one an honest shot, a little less biased shot, or open-minded shot, and I did, and I did enjoy a lot more of it this time around. I really did. I still didn't like the way the movie was shot, but watching it on a different TV, it wasn't as obnoxious. Like it wasn't as like movie, or I don't know. It did like not as much shaky, or it didn't look as bright or something. It wasn't as it wasn't as offensive to my eyes as it was the first time I watched it. I thought I dealt with the lead actress more, but here's why I think I realized why I don't like her. I don't like the character at all. I think she's a fucking asshole. She think about this. The movie's supposed to make you feel bad for her and make you feel for her. She's an asshole the whole time.
Pretty much,
she's
yeah.
bitchy the whole time.
Oh yeah.
She goddamn ropes her friends into fucking saving her stupid girlfriend. We all know how high school relationships work. They don't. Well, unless you take 10 years off after having a kid in high school and then eventually get back together, without planning it. That might work out.
Some do work. I know some people are high school sweethearts, but yeah.
How many out of how many though? With you know what I mean? Like realistically,
I don't know. It's like 300 million people on this freaking
right. So like,
that's also true.
I get the fucking love story.
Rhode Island's only what? How many's in Rhode Island?
That's because we're all assholes and all know each other. That's why.
I'm still part Rhode Island assholes. So.
Yeah, we all are. But so what I was getting with her is like she fucking goddamn sacrifices her two friends, Kate and fucking what's his name, Simon. Simon,
yeah,
right?
Kate Simon.
Yeah. They get goddamn fucking massacred, and one gets a fucking axe to the dome just trying to protect his friend. And they're like after he's watching his friend get murdered, like and she doesn't shed a tear, doesn't give a fuck, doesn't like barely even looks like she cares, even when she's in the
I disagree with that with the ending. I think it was like the moment where like your adrenaline's going fight or flight, but like because remember her interaction with Goody at the end where she's like, I'll get into that with my part. I just want to like I'm trying to debate too much in this one. I want to throw it out there real quick.
I was just about to agree with Joe with the fight or flight thing, and like I definitely agree with both parts where she definitely is a little sketch with
she almost sacrificed her little brother for this girl. I'm sorry, like I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't
at the beginning she was like, fuck her.
People like that. Well, I mean, they also
saw they good people. Are we supposed to feel bad for them? Too. Like I don't feel bad. Like I don't know, man. Like I would have rather Sam die all day long.
Yeah, I mean, they did establish all of them as friends too at some point within the movie. So I mean, there's like this moment where I was like, Jesus Christ! I said it when we first talked about this. They are all kind of assholes except for Josh in some way. Josh is the only non-asshole in this whole entire group. Because like you got Sam and
I didn't think Kate. Second time around, I didn't think Kate and Simon were assholes. I thought that the first time.
Oh, they were even Simon said Simon's not a Kate. Simon's not a Kate. Wow. Simon said Katie's not a good person. It's like there's no Katie, only Zool.
Yeah. Well, could be.
He even said like that they're not good people. And at the same time, you also stated that you're not going to be a good person in order to survive and try to get out of a bad situation though too. So there's always
maybe because I grew up a certain way in a fight or flight mode myself, and I've had to partake in illegal activities to try to better my situation.
Oh yeah, we had quite a few friends that had to do that.
So I am one of them. But, maybe that's why I feel for her the second time around. I kind of go, oh, I get it. Like I'm the same guy, and I've had this conversation with a couple of you. I don't think we've talked about this here, but I'll use this really quick because I talked to this in my other show. I've never once, my favorite show still to this day, TV show is Breaking Bad. I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. They did it right. I've never seen Walter White as the bad guy. Never one. I don't understand how people think he's like evil. I don't see
Near
it.
the end, he's a
I just
real douchebag. But I still
but
felt
that's also because of the situation. What did he go
right.
through?
I mean, he watched a woman just die of an overdose. I mean, there's some really messed up shit he
Well,
did.
fuck
But still,
her.
But
you
no,
know,
hold on. But to save his friend. Because if she didn't die, his friend would have.
Yeah, she was a bitch ass
yeah.
skank anyway.
Some people might see it another way, you know. But that's all depends on the person too.
They
You know?
can.
But
Ready?
you know,
Just
that's what's
like
fascinating. That's what I love about that show.
if they just let Sam die,
hmm
Kate and Simon would be alive still.
But at the same time, the curse will go through the entire town. It'll keep going.
That's not their problem. They would have been fine.
That's
Fuck
true.
'em.
That's true too. And they
Somebody
didn't even
else-
have to.
somebody else would have-
They didn't have to delve that
Somebody
deep.
else would have figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody else would have figured it out eventually. Come on, man.
Well, the hell, my notes.
Fuck the good lineage. Maybe one of them eventually would be a stupid virgin simp anyway at the end of the day and just give up and the lineage would die. You never think about that.
I mean, I just look at it like I just didn't see. I don't know. I think with the way I look at it is I just feel I don't care for how do I say this? I don't like selfish behavior. And Dina, the entire movie was selfish.
She's very
movie.
Oh yeah.
Very selfish. Like, I'm gonna get mad at my little brother because he didn't make himself pizza. I'm gonna get mad at this because, like, I get it. Her life apparently sucks too. We never see the dad, so we won't really actually. They fucked up stuff like that too. They definitely should have shown the dad at least once, so you sympathize for her. Never did, so there's nothing to sympathize. She just sounds like a bitch. She just comes off as like a bitchy person or a complainer. Like,
you had the beer cans and the living. I think that was enough.
You see Kate's mom, and she's an asshole, so you get why she feels repressed. See what I'm saying? Like, you get why she's embarrassed to like hold somebody's hand because her mom is making her feel bad when she goes home. You see, I don't know. Well, actually, you never see Kate and Simon's mom and dad, but you're not supposed to.
The only one you see is
main characters.
The only one you see is Sam's, but I think the whole point was because, like you said, like, the whole repressed thing. So,
I think they should have shown, like, out of that almost 2 hours this movie is, I think they could have cut one or two things out to build. If you're gonna make a main character the main character and make her, you know, like you make it so you're supposed to sympathize for her by the end of the movie, you got to give us something to sympathize.
You know, you bring up a good point, an interesting point, because it doesn't bother me he was in it or not, because I get the whole that's from a older way with like not older way. It's like a I don't want to just keep saying young adult, but a lot of like movies and books that involve teenagers, the parents are barely around, so that you barely see them. Maybe once in a while, maybe not at all. You just hear whispers of them, and then that's supposed to show the what do you call it, you know, the toughness of growing up without a parent, you know, stuff like that, you know, without a parent, or like with the absence of a parent to some degree.
Here's a great example. The newest the new It, you see all the kids' parents. And why do you see all the kids' parents, even just quick blips? Because it makes you realize, like Georgie, for instance, his parents don't pay attention to him because the town is like evil and it's making them not see what's wrong with Georgie.
Right.
So you sympathize for him. Wow, my brother just died and everybody's blaming me. And everybody it wasn't my fault, you know? Or like you see what's her name's dad, you know, like, and we know he's a piece of shit, right? And you see fucking Eddie's mom, right? And like we all know she's fat and crazy, and so you sympathize for him. Actually, I think the only one you don't see is Richie, right? You don't see Richie's dad or parents.
Yeah, you don't see much of Richie's in either the movie or even the book, I don't think. So
I don't think you see his parents at all. I think you will. I don't remember ever.
You see him in the 1990 movie. You see his parents because it's about rock and roll stuff. I believe it during breakfast. I remember that scene.
I've only seen that in a lot. But I mean, even like what's the Mike? You don't see his parents died, so you see his grandfather. You see in like the whole like cow get shot in the head.
Yeah.
So like
I guess
still get.
You know, it's another thing where it depends.
You don't need it. You don't need 20 minutes of a dad. You need the dad coming in, not paying attention. Like in that same scene of like when she's getting mad at Josh for like not paying attention to the doorbell when they first see the skull mask guy. They could have fucking, I don't know, shown maybe like the phone's ringing. It's the dad acting like an asshole. Hey, make sure that there's food on the table for your brother. Blah blah blah. But then like the doorbell keeps ringing and she's doing that, and then Josh is downstairs. I don't know, just like a snippet.
No, I think what will work. I think to work with you're saying maybe a little bit of him in the beginning, but of that it should stay with just the beer cans and then the little notes, and that's it. Because that really, to me, to me, I felt fine with the follow because I felt that absence with
the rest
that,
of it.
you know.
Correct. The absence is fine, but give us something. They don't even show a picture of the guy. Like so.
Well, give Ed something because Ed wants it. I didn't need it.
Well, no, not necessarily. But I mean, like, think about it like this. So the reason why I'm not gonna get into that. The third part, they do show a dad figure, even though it's not the same person, and that was kind of why I didn't care for that choice. Why I thought that they should have had other actors for that one instead of using.
I wrote down a little theme with that, a little more. I didn't dig into it last time, but I dug more into that whole thing. That whole thing. When we get to the third one.
That's the first. I mean, there's a couple other things. Let's talk about some of the kills. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best kills in this whole series were in the first one. I think that's why so many people were into this one. I really do. I think people weren't expecting. Here's what this show did. This show did a really good job of like, I don't think whoever bought the rights to this movie after it was made knew what to do with it. I don't know if they knew to put it out as a movie or 3 movies or make it like a mini series, like a 6 to 8 part mini series.
From what I read from a quick review, it was one big movie, like Lord of the Rings. 106 days and nights it took to film it.
Yeah, so I just
jumped on that one for you, Eddie.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad that you like that. I brought that up a couple weeks ago. That it was flash done. It was done really, really quick. And I could feel that personally as the way I look at movies. But like, maybe this would have been better as like a 6-part miniseries. Maybe it would have been better off as like, you know what I mean? Like the way, I don't know. Maybe broken up a little bit. Maybe it would have been better. Maybe I don't know how they would have done that with what we got. But like maybe 45 minutes to an hour each episode versus like 2 hours of each. You know what I mean? Of a self-stream movie, because I feel like they make different choices when you do that. I also could be wrong, but it feels like you'd see a lot of like, you know, young adult drama, and then all of a sudden like wham, a dude gets hit in the face with an axe. And you're like, what the fuck? Like that's like you just.
That's a great metaphor for like anything that happens here at a you think you have this perfect teenage life. Oh, bam, an axe in the face.
Yeah, you think you're just watching like bullshit like teenage drama, you know, like. And you know, I know a lot of people compare this movie to Scream. I don't really outside of like the opening scene. I don't see Scream at all in this. It's too paranormal.
Nope.
Scream.
I don't see Scream even in the
I'll get to mine because I can see Scream throughout the entire thing.
The only thing I could compare it because like you have, I guess because you have the cop, you know, with the sheriff with David Arquette and like.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's
what I was thinking.
Come on, Ben.
I mean, like, yeah, you have Skullface, who is Ghostface, I guess, too. That's my other thing. So,
yeah,
you gotta look deeper, man. You're looking at too much, like comparing the movies side by side. Obviously, the first scene is definitely.
Well, then what the fuck else is there?
The style, the script writing, the pacing. It's all 90s slasher, Scream, urban legends. I know did last one, which all stem from Scream. It's all anything from that 90s Wes Craven rip-off influence is all throughout the entire movie. You take the supernatural stuff out for a second and look at that pacing, and even what Ed said with the lighting and the editing, everything is 90s slasher. Everything is Wes Craven Scream because it was all cut that fast. Everything Scream was 2 hours and it did the crazy editing like that. It's just like boom, 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 boom. You know, like maybe not as fast as this movie, but it was still a similar style of filming. So even when you go to the grocery store, even when they're being chased in each area, it is like watching Scream 1. It's like watching Scream 2. It's just that craziness to it. So it's throughout the entire movie, without the supernatural stuff. Then you have the supernatural stuff. You know, then you can just call it Final Friday. You know? And now I'm just being funny.
Scream 2, what a movie.
So like but I will say this, like some of the influences that are in this movie, and obviously I guess they said the movies in this movie as well in 1994. Scream, Friday the 13th Part 1, in 2017, Chapter 1. The Town That Dreaded Sundown is actually a little bit of influence. The Baghead. But you know, and then like it's not even just that in Night of the Living Dead, even though they mentioned that in there, you know, they made when the cops making fun of the kids, Poltergeist, Halloween, all those are. I mean, that's all like small town. That's classic small town, like horror small town not political, social commentary. I want to say social commentary. I don't want to say political. It's got all that small townness that all these have. Even with Night of the Living Dead, the way the people treat the dead, you know, the hunters and stuff like that. There's like that that weird like underbelly of like, you know, bad human nature that's in within small towns, and you take it, and then you take this whole thing with like you take it, and the whole thing was Sunnyvale versus Shadyside. It's just you know we talked about that last time where you got the rich versus the poor pretty much, which you know I love that very much. I went nuts about that last time. Like even with the sun the towns that dreaded sundown, there's a lot of with the news and all that like overbearingness. So you take that's a style of old school slasher other than Scream. That feel of that feel of like, oh, you know, the curse. They keep saying the curse of the Shady Siders. It's almost like things like, oh, the Baghead Killer or whatever from Son of Dreaded Sundown, you know, type of thing. It's like they keep feeding you like, oh, the killer's on the loose again, or another person died. It's all like it's all relevant. I thought it was kind of cool. You know, it works pretty good. So that was a lot of my favorite stuff in there. I hope I'm not rambling too much.
Oh, I figured give you a minute.
Try to find my damn words. I'm sorry. And then we talk about the kills. I already talked about it with you guys. We love the kills. I love the characters. They're a little flawed, but I like Simon and Katie. I like them together. I liked Sam and Dina only because I like the fact they're kind of assholes. Because that kind of like breakup reflected the separation of the two towns, kind of like that. Remember that whole crazy scene that you weren't too fond of, like with the weird editing when you see the it's during the
Watching it back now though, it's not as again watching it back.
The remembrance of Heather.
Yeah, it wasn't as abrasive.
The two groups, yeah.
It's again here's what I learned. So some of the camera work isn't as abrasive if you watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the TV I watched it on. That really could have been it. Maybe it wasn't as distracting. But again, what I noticed this time around is I think the reason why I don't like them is, I mean, maybe they're also not great actresses. I don't know. That's not what I'm saying this time around.
Right.
I didn't like their characters. Like I really didn't. I really could not stand Dina. She drove me. She drove me fucking crazy. She's supposed to be like the heroine or the lead person, and she's like.
And
miserable.
that's what I liked about it. I liked you didn't have a typical, because you know, like here's the thing, even like Nev Campbell's Sydney Prescott had a woe is me type of mentality. It's just she wasn't much as an asshole of these two.
She was but she was bitchy, but the difference there was like, we know her mom died. We saw her dead like leave and go away, and that's she's alone. So we know why.
It's different. It's different.
Like
this is just typical teenage drama.
But look at the two. We know why. They show us why we're supposed to.
You told the theme guy here. Of course, I'm looking at the
right. So like when they don't give us that, and we're just supposed to sympathize for somebody, and then you have an actress who can't portray it. On top of,
no, and again, I think she portrayed it. I think she portrayed it fine. That's why I didn't like bother me as I did with you. That's where we're different on it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We are definitely different there. Yeah.
So
which I love. I love the fact that we're seeing the different, opinions. I'm interested. So, like for instance, the more reviews I watched a couple last night about 1, 2, and 3, and then what I did was I went into the comment section about everybody's comment, and I was shocked that I'm not going to get into it. I'd be interested to see what you guys do. If you do your own little deep dives, not like it really matters now because we're done with it, but give it a shot. You're going to be surprised at what you see in the comments. Like I thought, because you guys both like this one more than me, and then my other show, so far they like this one more than me. And like I've heard a couple of most of the reviewers I've watched have all liked this one more than me. But if you look at the comment sections, they're way different. The comments, like all the people they're all like, nope, 2 is the best one, then 1.
Yeah,
then
I
3.
saw that a lot actually. I saw that a lot.
All the people in the comments. And
that's a lot of old school fans. That's a lot of old school fans. I love that era of slasher.
Love the second one. Like
I'll throw it out.
That was me. I really like the second one also.
My buddy Matt, we go back and forth. He's not a big fan of 90s horror. He's actually see when Ben said he didn't like 90s, and then he realized, oh shit, I do like 90s. Matt don't like 90s horror. He's not like, I don't really think he likes Scream, but like so he didn't mind the first movie. He didn't like it as much. He liked the second. I think he liked the third one the best. I'm like, that's kind of cool. That's interesting.
He'll be one of the only people that like the third one best. But I thought it was 2, 3, 1.
Different stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was. I went 2, 3, 1 for me. Like
I went 3, 2, 1, which is really funny.
Yeah. I thought 2 is the best for me. 3 is the second best, and 1 is still. It's just I think it's because of what they did with the character. The thing is like the kills are probably the best in this one. But then there are just some things some of the character work is pretty cool. So they show like some stuff is cool. They show some of the lore. They get into a little bit. When I watched it the second
I
time,
love that. It's like you got twists and then the lore. They don't give you a lot. It's giving up like, holy crap, what's going on? Because you used to watch the other two. Yeah.
I liked. I did have. I mean, if you're gonna be like a real prick about it, there were a couple like real nitpicky things about like some of the deaths. Like for instance, we see fucking when Sam goes to when Dina goes to confront Sam about Peter being the guy in the skull mask, and she's in the hospital, and like they turn around and argue, and all of a sudden like Peter gets stabbed from all the way through. That knife is not long enough to go through that dude like that.
That's a a lot of slasher movies do that.
But like that pissed me off, even though it shouldn't have. It did. And then on a similar note, at the end, Dina gets stabbed with the drumstick. A lot of people would catch on that that's what that was, but it was the broken drumstick.
Yes, I forgot about that. That was awesome. I love that.
I thought that was a great callback. I thought that was cool. A lot of people didn't catch on to that. A lot of people were just like, "Oh, she just gets like shanked with something. Like she just randomly." I'm like, "No, it's a drumstick."
No, she broke that being mad about. Being mad about.
And what pissed me off about that earlier, well, the reason why I remember it is because I remember being irritated. I was a drummer growing up.
Yeah.
Drumsticks are not that easy to break, man. Like that's why I was like, "Fuck." You don't break a drumstick that easy. And then later on, you see why. And I went, oh, I get it. That. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. I get why they did that. Problem is, a lot of people didn't notice that it was a drumstick. So, like, it was almost falling on deaf ears at that point. But the fucking drumstick was 12 inches long. Dude, you get punctured in the side of your fucking stomach like that. Like, not going to feel good. Let alone be able to, like, wrestle somebody like a demon to the ground. That was a little.
Here's the thing. It's all far-fetched.
Yeah, I get it. That's why. No, I'm just pointing out certain things. I'm not saying I had problems with them. I'm just simply saying you got to play devil's advocate on it. I did think one odd little note that I really actually caught on the last night, and I had to rewind it twice to make sure that my eyes weren't going crazy. The fucking opening scene when the Skull Mask Killer, whatever his name is, like there's a fly that just crawls up his neck. And
yep.
You see that? Which is the sign of like the devil. That's like
I saw it the second time too.
You said I didn't see the first time.
I saw it the first time, but I didn't think anything of it. It was a fly. All right,
I thought there was a fly in my house. I had no idea. That's fucking weird. But I went back. The girl in the first one apparently is like one of the biggest name actresses in this thing, and I've never heard of her before. She's Maya Hawke. It's Ethan Hawke and and
she was in Stranger Things as well.
Yeah, well, what the fuck is her? Oh my god. Her mom is fucking Kill Bill. What's her name?
Oh, Uma Thurman.
Yeah,
Uma Thurman.
Yep.
Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, she's a badass. I love her. She's cool.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Fuck, you just ruined that for me to point out that Dina gets fucking shanked by the drumstick, because now I'm thinking, then wait, how does she do all of this shit in 2 and 3? Because it takes place within a span of what, like a day, 2 days?
I think it's 2 days.
It's a whole night. So that makes it even worse for me because
the car accident was the day before.
Yeah, the drumsticks. That's the drumstick. That's the whole entire night when Sam attacks.
But like she's like perfectly fine. Oh, that just fucking opened that whole thing. I didn't even notice that.
If she probably hit in the side, she probably didn't like take a. It's probably just a wound. You could. So I don't know.
I mean, Joe, let me stab you.
Yeah, I was about to say, let me stab you
with a fucking. Dude, that Slender Man chick, she survived 19 stabbings. She survived. So you don't know.
No, I don't. That's brutal. That's why I'm only busting balls.
You're still right.
I only brought it up because I like the fact that it was a cool callback that a lot of people didn't catch on to.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind
of this thing.
And then like they play the pixie. Like she tells Sam that she's gonna play. We're gonna hang out and we're gonna eat cheeseburgers and we're gonna play the pixies. And we're gonna have the best damn night of our entire lives. And then
I noticed her jaw's a lot looser in the third movie.
And then she was much better. Well, she was much better in the third one. That's all.
I don't want it.
She wasn't even that good then.
I don't want to get the ranting 2 bags. We got here Ben's entire thing here.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm here too. Holy shit! I've been enjoying listening to you two guys.
I like that.
So like.
We could go on.
Is this? Are we all just talking about just the first movie right now, or
are we? Yeah, we haven't gotten past that.
Yeah, we're still the first movie.
I didn't know.
You were going to be pretty easy to skim through because I feel like we're going to feel more similarly on those. I wanted to really spend a little more time with this one now that I can talk about the kills and stuff. We couldn't spoil anything with the reviews, so
now we can just freely just fucking go ahead and talk about. Yeah. But like, there's still cool stuff in the first movie. If we're just like right now, just being like, this is the stuff I like. With the first movie, yeah, me too. I can't stop burping right now. We're missing the stuff that like it actually stood out like the part in the fucking kids bathroom or whatever, and like they do like the Home Alone stuff inside the bathroom to trap them all in there, and like they figure out that
because that's a really good scene.
They figure out that the blood fucking attracts the ghosts, and I really do like this idea of it's not just one killer, it's a multitude of killers stemming off of this one big thing, and I like that theme a lot. I think that's cool because it gives you the
only thing about that is I wish we could have seen some of them more. There were certain ones that I would have liked to see more.
The only time
the only time that like the milkman guy, I wanted to see more of that guy.
He was cool.
He was a fucking creep. I would have also liked to see I would have really liked to see the pastor come back in modern time.
Yeah, never.
I don't remember seeing him.
No, he wasn't in it. But like the only time that like stuff like that for me doesn't really work is 13 Ghosts. Fuck you. Anyway, because that movie's bad. But at least with Fear Street,
we're not doing this, Ed. We're not doing it. We're gonna keep moving.
Nope. We're gonna keep moving.
Let me just.
We had a big rant last time.
Not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Come on, boys.
Not gonna do it.
I got a live one today. Nope.
The Monday night,
I'm
brother.
gonna ignore it.
Monday night.
I'll keep on. Tonight is the night that I argue with Joe about fucking getting stabbed in the stomach with a drumstick.
That's it. That's what we're doing.
And even
that's it.
And that's it. That's as far as you're gonna get.
Damn, it didn't work. Didn't work today.
No,
I'll get it.
No, it's working. We're fighting it.
Nope.
I'm just letting it go.
This is where
I have too many other things to talk
about. Squishing, like you want to say something.
I can't wait. I can't wait to.
I really do.
I can't wait to piss you guys off when and Nate when I get to say that I don't think Scream is that good.
Oh, it's gonna be so awesome. That's
can't wait.
I can't wait to see Nate go on a fucking rant.
Because I think Scream is so overrated. It's not even funny.
It is, but it's still awesome.
I'm so excited for it. Anyway, this goes into me continuing to say I don't care for most 90s things, Ed. Before you fucking jump down my throat again, I can at least say the music is really good. That's about all I can say about it. I don't like the horror movies. I don't like most stuff. Whatever. I don't like the 90s. Okay, I don't like it. This pretty much goes into the same thing. Granted, this one is probably this one's probably my least favorite still, because I like the second one a ton. I think the second one's awesome, and then the third one's fine, probably because it stems off more of the 91 or the 90s one. So for me, I'm like,
right.
There's stuff that definitely that stood out to me, like the 2 kills with the drug addict kids. I liked a ton. Like the bread slicer in the head is obviously fucking awesome, and they did a really good job with that. And then the just pure and simple bam, axe to the fucking head. Can't get any nicer than that. The fucking sound right there is nice crunch and gross, and it was fucking disgusting. And I liked, what the hell is the kid's name? The drug addict who gets axed in the head. Simon. Thank you. I was just about to say it. I thought the whole dynamic with Simon and what is it, Lucy Lane or
Katie?
Yeah, thank you. The demon girl, the one from the 50s.
Oh no, that was Lucy. That was Ruby Lane.
Ruby Lane. I keep wanting to call her Ruby.
That was funny.
I keep wanting to call her Ruby Riot, but
I think she was hot. She was hot.
I enjoyed her more this time around. I don't remember seeing much of her last time. I must not have been paying attention.
Is it weird that like? Oh, go ahead.
I don't remember that scene where they show her when like she's sitting in the street. I don't remember that at all. Like at all.
They played that up really well, and then like the brother's like, holy shit, did you hear her singing and did all that? They built her up, but for some reason they continuously built this character up like she was like the most threatening one, because they did that in the third movie also. And it's like I haven't heard the singing yet. Oh God, where could she possibly be? And like they keep bringing her up as like this big threat, which is really weird to me. Maybe that's just me overthinking it. Like they kind of did that. They kind of did it in 13 Ghosts also with the Juggernaut, and they kept being like, oh fuck, the Juggernaut's here, and like they kept making him be this big threatening ghost, but at least he was a big threatening ghost, whereas Ruby was just a girl singing and walking really slow.
I would have liked to see more of her. I don't think they did. I thought she was a little bit of a letdown, but I said that last time. I would have liked
that's
to
what I'm
see her
saying.
more. I think they could have done more with her. I think they could have
she did it. She did slice the shit out of Josh in the third one. She dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
nasty. And fucking broke the kid's arm.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Jacked him up. So that was
I forgot about that. So that's true.
Dude, Josh fucking nailed that scene too. And he's like, "Oh, my arm!" Like, they're both saying to each other the Konami code, which, by the way, I
still love that.
I'm a little biased because I really like that.
I nerd with you on that.
I thought he nailed it, and actually, Dina was pretty good there too for once. What? Who said that?
What, in the third movie?
Yeah, when they're talking about like the Konami code, and both Dina and Josh are both battling a ghost at the same time, and like they're both saying to each other up down left right
Yeah,
start.
that was cool.
And
That's good with their relationship with again.
I thought that was really cool. That was a nice callback. I'm trying to like say right now I'm trying to be positive because there are definitely reasons to be positive for this series of movies.
Oh,
you can still critique it.
I am. I will be.
Just like I ranted last time, and I'm gonna say this again. I want this to be like super and I feel like this is gonna shine through. I still think this is a great thing for horror. Like, I don't think this is a bad thing for horror movies at all. I think this is gonna bring in a new generation of people. Like, I really do. It's just, I might be out of the fucking generation of people that they're aiming for. You know,
no,
like,
dude, I think.
I see
what you're saying.
So, like, and not that I didn't.
I mean,
like,
you might be looking at it the same way. Like, say, our
in the
parents look at those slash movies, how we love them, and they're like, okay, that's just, like, this is too much for me. Like, a lot of our parents probably didn't like the crazy shit at the end of the screen. Like, this makes no sense. We're like fucking loving it, you know?
Right.
So,
and that's like, I don't know if, even though this is aimed at our generation that we grew up in, it also isn't shot like it is. Like, it's shot like it's aiming towards kids now. Like, bright and flashy and in your face, and camera work is all over the place, and like, it wasn't. The reason why I like the second one the best, real quick, is because I feel like the way they shot it.
Well, we should go in the second one in 2 seconds. I'll say one thing.
Yeah, we should jump into that one. Yeah, go say what you want about this one. Let's move to the second one.
Well, I want to say, I said this is the first episode we talk about this, but I want to say it again when we talk about generations, and I think what I like about this movie was what you just said. With like, it kind of combined, and maybe Scream did the same thing. It kind of combined what we loved as kids, but aimed it at the next generation. But still, it did our time period. It's almost like trying to connect two separate generations together, which I think that's awesome. And now that you got like a certain representation with the characters, I think is awesome too. And it didn't matter like about that with us because we all related to each other no matter what. You know what I'm saying by that? Like we all still. I said that in the first one. Like we all like they're people who love this movie. They're our age and of different race and sexuality or whatever, and they relate, and we all relate together as the music and that lifestyle. Like I love that. I think that's awesome. There's this like interesting connection that we don't talk about anymore with what's going on today, and I think this movie kind of did that, and it also can connect with kids today. And I love that. I love that about this movie.
I look at it like that because I feel like our generation was the one that like we shouldn't have to talk about the fact that we're different, like color and skin, and like we should just be friends. And like I feel like that's kind of what's wrong with.
We were kind of ahead of it. You know? I think that generation is a little bit ahead. Well, 80s and 90s are kind of ahead of the time.
I think the 90s is the generation of like, you know, like kind of culturing, like bringing that in.
To the outside.
You've been to the parties that I used to throw. You've been to some of the parties we've gone to simultaneously. It was never about like, oh, there's a black guy over there, or oh, there's this guy over there, like, or whatever. Like, you just were fucking friends, and it didn't matter what you were, as long as you were one of us. We were just fucking friends, and like that's kind of that's why like I feel like weak time. You know, it's a tough adage, and it's gonna be tough, and a lot of people don't like to hear things like this, but it's true. Like, you know, tough times make tough people, and weak times make weak people, and like, or easy times make weak people, and like right now it's an easy time, so there's a lot of people. Like I heard somebody say this on a podcast the other day, and it's like 20-year-old kids are always going to have rage in their heart. Like, this is what they do. But the problem is right now there's nothing for them to have rage about, so they're creating it, and they're eating each other alive online and fucking whatever else is going on because there's nothing to. We don't have a war.
Yeah,
right
online
now,
rage. Online rage is it's
insane. It's fucking
very,
insane. It's out of control, and you know what it is, dude. It's because I hate to say this, but it's true. It's because kids don't get punched in the fucking mouth anymore. Like people don't have they don't have nothing to fear. It's because they can do whatever they want online, talk as much shit as they want, and go no bully, no bully. Yet they bully people. Like you went from like no bullying people to now you're the bullies. Like you are the fucking people. And I'm not saying either side is right necessarily, but like you need a little. You need everybody needs a little something to work for, or a little something to work through or past, or without. If everything's just handed to you, look at how many like millionaires' kids turn into drug addicts and pieces of shit because they don't have to work for anything. They just get handed money, right? So like it's the same idea. Like if you have an entire culture of human beings that like don't have any struggle right now, like it's they're gonna create struggle. They got to come up with it because they still have. We were all 20.
I'm sure there's still some that have some serious struggle. We just don't see them. That's what it is.
I'm not saying that there isn't at all, but compared to what it like, if you look at man, like I don't want to go.
I was not go too far. I was just thinking through the fact that this movie really is a good barrier to bring together that type of thing. That's why
it showed kind of like the way I grew up. Like it showed. I came from the fucking bad side of the track. Like I went to a high school that half the kids were like lived in $1 million houses and had everything handed to them, drove in brand new cars, and fucking like got everything handed to them their whole lives. And now they're a lot of them are very successful, but a lot of those kids some of them are dead, some of them are fucking junkies and fucking and all the rich kids.
On that,
like that's just what happened.
We're bringing that up more too, because the other two movies bring that theme still to this. They still bring that theme, which is kind of cool.
Well, yeah. So segue to the second one. Second one's still, in my opinion, the best one.
I pulled you back. Look at that. I got
now,
you.
Gotcha.
Here's the question. Rewatching them because you've seen them all at least twice, right, Joe?
Oh, except for the third, which really sucks. I wish I watched it again. No, did I watch it? No, I watched the ending again because I don't know why. Because I thought it was a very good ending, and then I wrote down why I loved about it, but maybe I shut it out because I didn't want to talk about it till this time. But I've seen them at least twice, and then I skimmed through the last one a little bit just to refresh my memory, and I rewatched the ending a couple of times because I was like, whoa, this is cool. Okay.
The second one, like a lot of people that I've heard love the first one. If they watch the second one, both of them twice again, they almost equal out. Like.
It was
a lot of people from they equal out. Like people that loved the first one and didn't care about the second one as much, when they rewatch the series, a lot of people have already rewatched this whole thing because it is an easy burn.
Yeah.
A lot of reviewers have already rewatched it. A lot of people are like, the people that love the first one go, I'm starting to find flaws, but the second one, I'm also starting to realize why it was slower paced, and like they kind of equal themselves out. Has that happened to you at all?
Happened to me. Yeah, that's the reason I gave it a 9.5. Well, that's one of the reasons, but. See, I kind of wish I did the first one 9.5 and this one 9.5. They're kind of equal to me, but I'm okay with the 10 because remember I gave the first one a 10. Because I just love the chaos of it, and that's why I gave 9.5 because I felt that it wasn't right after I watched the first one. It's just maybe I was mentally expecting it, which I tried not to do. It's just maybe it's just the way because how close of watching them away from each other. I don't know. I don't want to overthink it, but like the classic slasher pace of this movie. Like kind of not bum me out or hate it. I was getting antsy. I don't know why. I was like, oh my God, like why is it so slow compared to the first one? Which is stupid because I've been brought up on slower paced slashes. I love that shit. But because of the contrast, it was tough for me for some reason. And then you got the slasher side and then you got Cindy and Alice down inside the caverns exploring, and you get more of the lore side that way, which I think is a great, cool combination. Despite the flaws to it, there's still some really cool stuff because they kind of connected right at the end. So
I feel like
that's what I'll let you go for that.
I feel like part two had a little bit more for everybody in the sense that you had the slasher stuff, you had the character building stuff, even with it, and it was a different group to give it a chance to breathe from. What is it, 96, I think? Yeah, 94, whatever. I'm fucking stupid. So I don't know. Maybe I somewhat agree with Ed in some way, and like I just don't like the people from 94 like at all. But like I
agree they're assholes.
It's so annoying. But like I just found myself liking and agreeing with the people so much more in the second one. Like Ziggy was awesome. Ziggy's sister was awesome. I hated the Jennifer Lawrence character, so she was the only one I disliked.
Alice was terrible.
She was the worst actress. Sorry.
In this whole thing.
I actually agree.
Dude, that girl makes Dina look like a looks like fucking. Who's a good actress right now? Fucking who's the fucking Jessica Chastain from It? Like makes her or name any other stellar actress that's out there.
Chastain's awesome.
The lady from Hereditary. I forget her name.
Oh, that's different. McDowell? No.
No.
Not Annie McDowell. That was.
And of course, with the way of like Mr. You know me, I'm optimistic. I still didn't mind Alice to a certain degree, but I agree with the flaws that you guys are going with. Like it didn't take me out of the story, but
she was horrible. She was hard to watch. She was hard to listen to.
Maybe that's the problem with the first time. I didn't mind her the second time. I think she was Dina to me, like to you, like and then I didn't mind her the second time. Yeah.
Maybe a second time. I really do want to watch the second one a second time. I'm gonna watch that this week, so I might even watch it tonight. I just didn't have time this weekend to watch all of them, but I wanted to get the first one out because I thought it deserved it. I thought it did. Yeah. Again, I did. It did elevate it a little bit more to me. There were things about it that I didn't catch on the first time too. So like it really did. It didn't captivate me the first time. The second one had me as soon as it started. Away. I liked it right away. Like I don't know what. I mean, I know what the differences are, but like I like the cinematography better. Here's the thing. I think the second one was more in the vein of what I grew up watching.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it was stylized like today. So the kids that liked like flashier things are going to be able to still watch this one, but they're going to have a little bit of a harder time at first because they're not used to things being like, boom, 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 like flashy things, but they'll get used to it. This is going to be, I think the second one is going to be a great gateway movie for kids that have never seen Halloween before. You need a second? Good, you're good.
I think Michael Myers is about to get him. That's what it was.
Michael Myers, yeah. Yep. There's a yeah. So I thought the second one in general, man.
Thank you. Reset the alarm and disregard till 10 p.m.
I love it. I also love work.
Sorry, I was a little bit of a work call.
Yeah, you're good. We all have that. You're good.
The emergency door got popped open.
So the fucking I mean, realistically, I thought this cast of characters was the best group of actors in the movie. I thought the kid who played Nick Good was great.
Tommy was awesome.
Tommy was great. I like the weird lumpy head kid, the kid from Halloween, I guess he's from. I don't remember
the one with the chap lips kid.
2000, he played as
I thought he was all right. I really loved the little fat kid that ends up getting fucking killed so it made me feel so bad. Hey, you guys want some snacks or something? Like
he was so sad. He's wanted a friend.
So nice.
He wanted a friend.
Tommy was telling him too, like at one point, like, be sure you protect the jail. And that's when he's starting to get possessed, and then he comes back and kills him. I'm like, oh, that's such a.
When he looks up and he goes, "Oh, Tommy," I was like, "Oh, fuck." That's one of the only times in this movie that it actually made me feel like, "Oh man." That and when Kate got killed. Like when Kate got killed, I still think dude, that's something. I'm telling you, read comment section, which seems like Joe has. People are fucking upset about that. They're like, "Oh." A lot
of people did not want her and Simon to die. So I saw online. I was like, wow.
It was weird, and I'll tell you, like, I didn't see that until after I watched it. I watched all the reviews like after I rewatched it again, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's clicking in my head a little bit more. That like, oh shit, like that. I do enjoy those two. I said it the first time, but anyways, we're talking about the second movie. Sadie Sink, we already know that she's fucking fantastic. She was very good.
Excuse me.
Her sister still irritated me, but the more I think about the sister, the more I can kind of let it go. Plus, I've said it when we did the review with the breakdown review. I thought she redeemed herself by the end. I thought. When she became kind of a little bit of a badass, and she stabs Tommy in the head and like to save her sister, like I thought she got some redemption. So I went, okay, like you know, I get it a little bit, you know.
And she swears.
Zero redemption for Alice.
She gets it a lot.
That girl, like doesn't. That girl's terrible. No offense, man. I'm sorry. You're younger than me. I try not to be mean to people. Maybe it was just this movie. Maybe you were having a bad day. You were terrible. You were not.
Who was that one? Alice.
Yeah, awful.
Oh, yeah.
Her boyfriend was no, it wasn't Tyler. Her boyfriend was all right. She's he gets killed by the Tommy, whatever.
He was a typical piehead type character.
Yeah, he was all right. He didn't bother me. I thought Nurse Lane was good. And apparently she was in the first one. I don't remember seeing her at all, but apparently she was in the first one somewhere. I don't remember seeing her though.
She's in the third one.
Yeah, she's yeah.
Apparently she's. What the fuck is she? She was at the school or something. Something about maybe a teacher or something. I don't. I heard that in a review. I don't remember seeing her, but I looked too, and I just don't. I didn't recognize a couple of these people. I have to, dude. Like, I really want to rewatch the third one because I don't remember like Nick Good being the same fucking guy. They did a really good job of
He's
making him
good.
look.
That guy,
Yeah,
I'll say right now, like I liked him as the cop
He is good.
in
You're right.
1994, and
yeah.
and then and then the same character in part three. I almost say he's the kid, but he's not the kid. Was he? Did he play the kid too? No,
No,
it's a different actor. No,
no,
but
no,
even
no.
that actor
He
was
wasn't.
pretty good.
I don't think he was in the
I don't think
second
he's
one.
in two either. Yeah.
He was in the third one because he was. And to be honest with you, real quick on that one, he's the only one that makes it, in my opinion, only one that actually makes sense in recreate like being a like a recurring character in the fucking last one because like you're showing his lineage. They did such a good job where you're like, oh, they look alike
Yes.
because you know what I mean. Like it's the same idea as like when you watch Back to the Future and Biff plays Biff. You're like, oh, that makes sense because they're
Yeah.
supposed to look similar.
Again,
Because
I have a theory. So when we get to that, I do have my little fun theories.
yeah.
I can break it down.
I I do think some people I heard complain about the fact that the axe killer in the second one got boring because all he does is kill people with an axe, and I think those people are morons. Um, I think the fucking kills were vicious in this movie when they started coming.
Although
The
vicious.
fucking when do you
They were
see?
repetitive, but they
Dude,
were
we
just
see
nasty.
teenage actors get killed.
Yeah.
Typically, they're in their 20s. You don't see kids get killed. Like they fucking show dead bodies of like little like that
Yeah.
end
It's
scene
brutal.
when they show like the
They
fucking layout of all the kids in the
they
body
did that
bags.
just right.
Fuck,
And
I
look,
thought it was great.
let me throw it out. Let me go with you on that because like one thing she said for inspiration for this, not Halloween again because classic slasher. I saw Black Christmas 1974 in there because like just pacing and mood was in there. But she also said Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and that is to not only like to mimic the brutality, but that was also visceral. That a lot of the kill scenes you don't really see, and then but they still affect you, and I think that there's an inspiration for, um, you know, when the kids got killed, and also hang on, when was the movie made? It was a movie? No, Halloween was '78. Never mind, I'm mixing them up because I don't. Never mind, scratch that. I was going off in the weeds for a second there. But what else did I put for part two? On that part, there's something there, and I don't have it. Shoot, with that. All right, that's all I gotta say about that. Because there's something else with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, it's near the end. No, no, I'll say it. No, screw it. I'll say it now. That ending was very when Ziggy and Cindy are attacked by the other ghosts.
Yeah.
That once I read that, I was like, oh yeah, it makes a lot of sense because like Ziggy's being grabbed by the milkman just like Leatherface would grab somebody.
Yeah.
Like he did in the first movie. And then that whole thing reminded me of the entire chase scene. The lighting, the trees remind me of the chase scene from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I can see that a lot. I think that's freaking awesome.
I enjoy that end
that's
scene
fair.
a lot. I thought that was out of the whole thing. I thought that was the most.
And they do the David David pose where like they're pointing at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was and then that's where like the greatest twist of all time, and people like Ed said in the comments, people still are like, I can't believe they got me so good, and they're like, I don't understand why that.
I don't get how anybody was surprised. The fucking dude, the commercial, the commercial from the first one showing like the preface showing you what's gonna happen in the next one gives it away. Like
it does, but I think they try to still play with you. I like that a little bit, and I fell for it a little bit, but I wasn't too shocked. But it was enough for me to be like, oh, that was cool.
I feel like when here's how they gave it away in the opening of this one. They go from whatever C. Berman fading back to tell her story right into Ziggy. Like they should have done that.
Yeah.
They should have done that. They should have started that. They should have started that one off with the other sister to give you that twist and be like, oh,
that's a good move. That's good. That's good. That's a good point.
There's no reason why they couldn't have. They could have had, or if they had done one thing, if they had maybe shown them checking in, or maybe before the fucking they almost hung up fucking Ziggy to get burned or whatever. Right before that, if they just show Ziggy and the sister Cindy like maybe arguing or something, and like we're having like a little bit of a tiff, maybe because she'd already been in trouble a couple times, and like Ziggy storms off, and then that's when she gets cornered, and like you don't know necessarily because if they started with the opening scene of Cindy talking to Ziggy, you think like, oh, she's talking to the sister that died because the sister was in trouble all the time, and
I
then they
think
show
they're
the
trying
fucking.
to. I think they're still trying to trick you because of the fact you know Sydney was a C and Ziggy's a Z, and you know
They
it doesn't.
did,
And some,
Joe,
and
but
you know, some
people
people may not fall
nowadays
for it.
are
You know?
stupid.
Oh, now, yeah. No, but like also I didn't understand. So like
Brutal.
why did people care? Like that didn't impact the story at all.
No, I didn't know that there was a twist. I didn't know that that was a
neither
twist.
did I.
I
So
didn't
like
know.
I was
I
like,
had no idea.
all right.
Everybody gets affected differently.
But that's
No,
a
I didn't get- no,
stupid
no,
thing
I
to be
get that, but
affected
it-
by.
It's
No,
just
but
funny.
but
Why does everybody care? It's like,
I
why
don't
do you
get
care?
it. No, it's just weird.
Joe's right on that one. Joe's right on that one. I'll give him that. Because
Okay.
I don't get it, but I go, hey, good on you if you were fooled
And
by
I'm
that.
right between it. I'm right
But
between
so
you
many
guys where
people-
I didn't fall for it,
whatever.
but I did, but I wasn't like them.
I guess I am alone here.
Yeah.
Like
Well, you're alone by being upset about it, but
no, I'm not
agree that
upset
it
about.
was,
I'm not like, oh my god, I'm so pissed. I just don't understand. I didn't get it.
Don't grit your teeth. Don't do that thing in your jaw.
I don't
I
get
have no
it.
problem with that.
Yeah, John.
I don't get it.
I
Nope.
don't get it.
I
need
don't.
We're gonna listen to the Pixies.
We're not.
Chocolate ice cream.
Chocolate ice
We're gonna
cream.
See,
big
the
out, eat
Masters of listening to
cheeseburgers.
Pixies with the grit jaw. I don't know, whatever. Everybody needs to
I don't know.
relax.
Mushmouth, whatever the fuck she is. I don't know. I mean, look, I gotta,
Jesus, dude.
we got fucking. We all have like our issues. Like I stutter. I have my own issues. I say things weird sometimes, but like.
I
Good
don't do
Lord.
any of that.
I have
Yeah,
zero.
right.
I
None of
have
us
zero
do.
flaws. So I don't know what you're talking
yeah.
about.
I can't say, but I think maybe that's why I pick up on it because I'm like I'm aware of my own speech issues or whatever.
Stop
Like,
being so insecure, beefy man.
hey, well, you got to make up for it somewhere.
The guy who flexes pictures of his biceps on Instagram is talking about insecurities.
That's why I do it.
That is
I'm very
insecurity.
insecure about it.
Men are
It is.
very insecure, especially the ones who work out.
I'm not even saying that to make fun of the guy, because fuck, man. You
The
see,
guy.
you see,
That's why I do it.
you see these ripped guns. Take a picture quick. It hurts. Quick.
I once have looked like Ben. I
Well,
now
a
look
handsome,
like me.
a handsome golden god that you see before you now. You see
Golden
the
God.
schlup
You
that
Yeah.
that's in my
I watched
top.
those Thor movies.
Mhm.
A handsome Buddha shaped fella that has a smile like a champ.
That's a god. So thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank
That's why I
you.
said it.
Appreciate it.
That's why I said it.
Look at that, man. See,
Yeah.
look, we're all throwing compliments towards each other, and
Oh
We're
my
having
god,
fun.
so
That's what we
funny.
do.
yeah, see,
Ben's a handsome son of a bitch.
Joe's a handsome
got a,
son of a gun.
Joe is a handsome son of a bitch.
I'm handsome.
Um,
I'm handsome.
So yeah, so with this one, I mean, we kind of,
That was pretty good actually, because I want to
Yeah.
touch on more of that when I mix all of them together at the end as a final review.
I thought this one overall had the best kills. I thought the fucking,
Yeah.
the slaughter of the fucking, I thought the slaughter of the Vatican, or well, no, not the Vatican. But
No,
that was
the
a
slaughter of the
reference to
kids
an
and
album.
that
The
shit
Vatican.
fucking
That's a Exhorter album.
the slaughter at
but-
the fucking.
I mean, that sounds like a metal song, but I don't know.
It
That's
is.
awesome.
It's an album.
That's awesome.
If you've never heard Slaughter
I
of
don't
the
know
Vatican.
Exhorder a lot. I want to listen to some Exhorder.
Woo! There's only two
Ooh, I
albums.
like it. I like it.
Oh, sorry, now there's three, but there's only two albums.
Yeah.
The new one's not good.
Yeah,
That's
hearing
why
it.
if you're in your 50s and you haven't put out an album in almost 30 years, don't put out an album.
Oof. That's rough.
Don't put it out.
That's rough.
Don't
That's
do
rough.
it. Don't do it.
Oh,
Write
let
new
me say
music.
it again that I brought up last time. Friday the 13th, Part 6. This is the same setting, the same movie set as Part 6. I still
Is
love
that They Live? Is that when Jason lives? No. That's
No, that's 5.
No.
Oh, yeah, Jason Lives at 6. Yes. Sorry.
Isn't that no? That's New Blood. Because final
No,
chat.
New Blood 7. New Blood 7. Don't you?
Final
No,
chapter.
buddy. No, don't
I'm not. I don't
Don't
even
even-
care.
Well,
Nope.
Final Chapter is 4. New Blood
Yes.
is 5.
Yep.
Jason Lives
And
is
6
6.
is Jason Lives. Yes.
Because
then-
5 wasn't technically Jason. It was
No,
somebody
New
else.
Beginning. New Beginning is 5. New Blood 7.
Okay. That's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the
Trying to
number
confuse
5 is
me.
the one that's
Jason-
technically
I
that's the only one that's
yes.
not Jason Voorhees, right?
Yeah, I
It's one
have
of
it
my
right
favorites,
here.
but-
It's Jason. Yeah, Jason Lives is 6. Then 7 is
Yes.
Yeah.
is yeah. New
Fun
Blood.
fact:
New Blood.
the Mahoning Drive-In. Is that what it's called? Mahoning.
Yes.
The old one in
Yep.
Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Labor Day weekend, they're gonna have the director of that movie, and they're gonna show it with a whole. It's gonna be a 3-day weekend of old
Oh.
horror movies, and they're gonna play Jason Lives, and I believe that's the one, and I believe the director's gonna be there to do a Q&A, and they're gonna do a zombie tug of war, and they're gonna do all kinds of other stuff too. So
They're doing a lot.
They're
They're
gonna do
doing a lot of cool shit right now.
yeah, they're gonna do a trivia battle or something, like a horror movie trivia battle. They can do all kinds of other shit. So I'm really close.
God, I'd be awful at
Really
that.
close to trying to go down for at least the night one, and then like coming home because that weekend we have it's my mom's birthday, so we got to hang out with her that weekend. But
Man,
I still might.
Mom sucks.
Yeah, fuck moms.
She only turned 60. That sucks.
Yeah, no big deal.
That's
Only a
fucking.
milestone.
That's stupid.
So, anyways, maybe we'll bring her to that. She'd love that. All right, so that being said, so I have to make it down there at some point when the next I had to keep a track of them because I'm still bummed that I missed Joe Bob. But apparently that weekend was real bad down there. Like it was that was the weekend it rained real bad or something. I forgot because it was raining here. Anyways, enough about that. So this movie I still think is the best one. I really love the way it was thematically done. I thought it was the best shot. I thought it was the best well acted. I just overall thought this one was the best one out of the three. It might also just appeal more to me because of what I love as horror movies. So I don't know, it just fit me the best. But probably the most divisive in the world is the third one. So let's get into that one and then wrap this pick up.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll start. It's fine.
That's a good way to put it.
Yep, it's the utter
I
definition of fine.
I need to rewatch the second one and the third one still. I'm going to. But now that I've watched the first one, I can definitely say off of first viewings anyways, rewatch the first one. I still think I still go 2, 3, 1 at the moment. That could change when I rewatch the next two though, because I don't know. I had some issues with the third one.
So this one was
but
tough.
I really love
I'm
just gonna throw it out there. My favorite killer out of all of them was the pastor. That whole scene,
dude, the pastor's so fucking cool.
Fucking insane.
Ripped straight off of like a metal album cover and like.
Dude, that fucking scene was amazing. Like the lead up to like where all the kids, they dropped the ball.
Yeah.
That's the biggest travesty of this whole thing that didn't do more with him.
I agree.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? You're gonna tell me you wouldn't want to see him come back like as like an actual final boss or something? Like before Nick could get stabbed in the eye, they should have done something.
I would love to see him in the mall. I mean, it would have been great to see him in the mall.
That's what I'm saying,
bro. The fucking
he should have come back.
If they ever do any, and I know Joe's talked about it or he mentioned it before, where they're considering doing more Fear Streets that's kind of separate off of the Dina trilogy. I'll just call it that. I feel like the pastor should definitely get his own thing because he was so fucking good.
The problem with that is there's no way for him to come back. You'd have to bring these characters back for that to happen.
We need a similar character like that.
The story,
inspired.
Unfortunately, the story's dead now.
So cool.
Done, yeah.
Oh yeah, Jason Voorhees was dead too.
True. Well, and then there's an end credit scene, and I still don't get it.
So stupid. That end credit. Oh, that right there just kind of says so. I personally hate.
Didn't get it.
I don't
random.
Like shit like that.
Random shit.
I don't like. I like stuff to be closed. Like give us this long big chapter of like this trilogy of movies.
Did we have this conversation? How was that Jason versus Freddy part doing?
Again, we settled this because there was the comic book series. You dumb, stupid, fucking idiot. Educate yourself.
That's the best thing. That's the best.
Educate yourself.
Wow.
Don't come at me again, you piece of shit.
Wow. It doesn't close anything off.
What the fuck, man? Yes, it does.
The next time Joe sees Ben's totally getting a fucking wedgie.
That just put now I put a fire under my ass.
Yeah, I could tell your bald head's a little red there.
It's smoking because you clearly didn't see when Freddy Krueger gets an army of Jason Voorheeses to take over Washington D.C. and they take over the whole country and Ash Williams.
I'll be honest with you, the comic version don't matter to me because it's an alternate reality. It doesn't matter to the movie. So. I got an answer for everything. You look like a teapot, just like what's.
No, I'm just kidding. It's all an act. It's all an act, everybody.
Oh yeah, we're just messing around.
That's it. Now I think these movies are terrible. Nothing will ever top.
I'm honestly, I'm trying not to bust chops. I can't help it. I'm sorry.
No.
Try to keep the conversation going.
But speaking of Freddy versus Jason, this movie, the third one, gave me probably my favorite scene in the whole movie, which
That's what I
was
wanna hear.
not
That's
even just
what I
the
wanna
whole movie. It's probably my favorite scene in the entire trilogy is the fucking monster mash, boys.
I thought of you when this scene happened.
That is everything. If you guys ever want to know what I personally enjoy in a movie, it's monsters just fighting. There's a reason why I like this movie so much. There's a reason why I like Freddy vs. Jason so much. It's monsters fucking fighting each other, duking it out. Granted, you don't get it for very long, for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. Every part of it, I was like, oh my God, I was salivating because that was so fun. And they finally just said, fuck it, we're going to throw everything.
Yeah, when we just started like squirting like the black light blood all
So
over the
fun.
monsters, I started laughing. Like, oh my God, they're gonna fight each other. It's gonna be
So
so
fun.
cool.
I loved it. I loved every part of that. That I was so ready to talk about that one scene. That's why I've been so fucking quiet this time, just so I can finally just let it all out and say I adored this movie for at least that one part, and also the pastor with like killing all the kids and shit. I thought that was awesome. But then besides that, this movie is fine.
Oh my God. Oh my God,
Tough crowd for me. Tough crowd. I can't help it.
That's what you're gonna say about it? You got anything else?
No, I mean, there's more I could say. Like, I thought the part with no, it's definitely not fine. It's better than fine. It's actually pretty good. I really liked the battle with Fear and what is it? Good Salomon Saruman
Grundy.
Solomon Grundy. Yeah, Solomon Grundy. He was born on a Monday. No, like the epic battle that those two have when the revelation finally comes. It's like, oh fuck, you're the reason why this is all done. And like that, like you see the reason why her fucking hand gets cut off. Which, by the way, nope, that got me good.
That was nasty.
Fuck that.
Nasty.
Nope.
I was like, wow. That was probably one of the best things I enjoyed about this was because part of me was like, are we going to see the fact that the witch is not the reason for this? Because the more I'm connected, I'm like, no, she may not be. There might be something more deeper than this.
Mm-hmm.
And then to see that it's his bloodline, and that
Yeah,
is,
I thought
like,
I
that's
thought that
really,
was a good twist.
really
I-
good twist.
I didn't mind that at all. I like the fact that made sense on why. Like, well, I mean, we've all thought about that, right? Like, I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy theories about, oh, I don't know, rich guys drinking baby blood, and
I did it one time, man, and you have to keep bringing it up.
Dancing around, burning, burning effigies.
Ooh,
and
listen, we don't have to keep
gods
bringing that
and,
up with me.
Oh,
I mean,
God,
there's a whole,
Cults,
there's a whole island that was
money,
recently, taken
secret
over,
rooms.
and a guy, I don't know, might have flew in a lot of really rich
Whoa.
people.
Stay with the satanic cults. Stay with the cults. Stay with the cults, Eddie.
A lot of I've heard rumors that
God, I go
Mr.
to
Epstein was into some.
I
Oh,
go to
yeah.
his island
yeah.
one time and fucking great. Now everybody knows. God damn it.
And some of these have actually been proven to be real. Like
Okay,
Epstein's
we
Island.
would say Epstein did not kill himself. It was Nick Goody.
It might have been. No,
Oh, true.
No, but the problem with that theory is the rich people don't kill each other. Somebody from the
The
island,
rich
one of
people
the
don't kill
fucking
each other?
one of the no, not like that. They help each other out. Nick Good. The reason why Sunnyvale is so fucking good is because Nick Good sacrifices somebody. His brother's the
Is that so
fucking the
messed
mayor.
up? That's so well
But
done putting that in there.
I mean,
Like,
that's a theme that's real. Like people,
Yeah.
there's a reason why people are held down. Like that is a real thing. Fucking the reason, like, if you don't know the reason why weed is illegal, it's because of fucking Hearst. What Randolph William Randolph Hearst, the guy that Citizen Kane has written about with Rosebud and all that shit.
Yeah.
The guy who owned
yeah.
the guy who owned the newspapers. He was like the richest man alive. Well, they're fucking. We used to make like houses and rope and fucking paper out of hemp.
I knew
and hemp
part of that. I
paper
didn't know
was-
Citizen Kane was based on him. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's
Well, maybe I
based.
knew, I
It's written
forgot.
about him. It's written about William Randolph Hearst, I believe is his name, and the fucking hemp stocks. He owned paper. Like he owned paper. Like that was his thing. Him and his buddies owned. Like he owned. I think the Washington Post, whatever it is, the New York
Really?
Times, or one of those. But like he owned like paper that printed the fucking paper on it. Like he's the one who made it. So like if another better paper comes in with a fucking easier to grow crop, like you're gonna make sure that people don't buy that crop. You're gonna make so. And back then it was because you got one news source. It was before even TVs with a lot of people.
Mhm.
You had one news source. It's yours. You're the one who prints it. So whatever you put in that, whatever it's on print, people believed, right? Just like the witch trial thing. Well, so and so's a witch. Why are they a witch? Because it says it in this book right here. Right,
Yeah,
but
and
It says it in this book I found.
But but who wrote the book? Somebody smarter than me.
But it's in your handwriting.
But somebody wrote it.
And actually,
you know what I mean? Like,
there's other things saying that some of the witch trials are also based on like when they're harvesting food. I think they pull some kind of like hallucinant too. I don't know if it was a mushroom or weed, and so that didn't help. That enhanced like the paranoia too. That I don't think that was. I think it was more Europe than I read that a long time ago.
Wormwood was a big thing back then, and that will fuck you up.
I was literally just about to say that. That's so funny.
What?
The wormwood thing?
Yeah, wormwood will fuck you up.
Yeah,
that was a big thing.
I forgot about wormwood. That's right.
Really quick, with the third,
it was in the bread. That's what I heard. And so
right.
Supposedly it was in bread, and people ate it. And they
got
a little, like, cookie.
The bread thing was they didn't know about that was before they knew about mold, and they like mycotoxins and stuff. They didn't understand that back then. That was before preservatives. They didn't have preservatives. So like if something
but it's some kind of hallucinant to get in there supposedly.
It was.
I wish you remember. I researched it a long time ago.
There was all kinds of like not ragweed, but there was I know what you're talking about. There was all kinds of shit like that. Yeah, it was something like that.
Well,
they got ground into it. They didn't know any better. And
let's stick with the social commentary part. Like, what I loved about, you got the first one had the two towns separated. You got that. And then you go backwards, and then you got like you get the mall. You find out the mall is like one of the main settings. That's where the witch tree is, the mall.
Yep.
And then Night Wing, that's the same area. So there you go. There's and you got the color wars, and you got then like you got like both sides going against each other, and then I didn't know. This is where I caught on to they only killed Shady Siders, because I was like watching, why is he not killing all the other people? What happened? This person was going on here, and then it clicked like, he's only killing people from that town. So where's the curse go? Why is it doing that? That I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't catch that right away. So then when we get to the witch stuff and then the witch trial stuff, which is really neat, because we like you said, we watch all movies and research all kinds of things on witch trial things. So you got the whole paranoia of the town again. Every movie has drugs in it. Every movie has sex in it.
Drugs are bad.
Hell yeah, sex is awesome.
So you get different the berries they'll eat. It was wild. It was like in the third movie, it was like so they're eating that to get a little high and do this like crazy orgy dance and shit. It was very I thought that created a filter.
I did have like I mean if you're a nitpicky person, a couple of nitpicky people that didn't care for this one as much did pick out the point that like they wouldn't have been able to get away with that back then. Like people would have thought they were all witches just right there. Like the kids wouldn't have been able to do that. Like they would have been fucking. That was a thing. And then
I can suspense.
And you get to see a dude's boner in the movie.
I agree with you. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Homeboy came up a little.
I have a couple theories with the movie. So with the first one that I had is the second that they started eating the fucking blueberries or whatever the hell it was to get high, that went right along with my theory that every cast of characters followed the same tropes, and that's 100%. That's by design. With what is it? The shady side, the ones that always get killed.
Mm-hmm.
They always had the badass girl. They always had the fucking stoner kid. They always had the stoner kid's friend. And somebody in chat just said top right guy and top left guy looks cute. So I guess fuck me then. Fuck me. I guess I'll just die.
That's really funny.
I totally just forgot. Fuck.
You forgot you're not. You're either one of them.
No, I totally. No, we're not. We're sorry. I've totally just forgot what I was about to fucking say. There goes my theory out the window. The other part of the theory is it just me, or like was part of it because like the stuff started to get rotten and that stuff, and you could say yes, it's 100% the curse. But let me ask this question: how long was that dead animal in that well for?
After she killed her dog got killed.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that night before.
One whole night.
Yeah, but that dog looked really fucking decayed and gross and stuff.
I think it all played together.
I just feel like that because that was my first thought. It's like, oh, they saw the like the dead dog in the water, or dead animal in the water, and it's like, well, stuff could have just been happening. Obviously, it turns out it really is because of the curse, because of this dog was in the water. It's like maybe it caused people to go crazy because it had like rabies or some shit, and like that was the first thing in my mind, is like, oh, it's actually a natural thing, and then no, unfortunately, it is actually because of a curse, but.
Oh, it's pretty cool you threw it out there because there was a lot of interesting things that kept messing with you, like a lot of that stuff, and then the woman in the tent or the woods. I don't remember where she was, what she was in, and then then you find out Nick Goody's, with the kid stole the drugs from. She was probably a regular witch, like to some degree.
Drugs are fucking bad, Joe. We should know this.
We're talking nice.
The drugs are terrible. Don't do drugs.
I'm going to say an opposite things, and I'm interested to see Joe backpedal out of this one, you motherfucker. My issue with the third one with them needing another cast. Ready? I get.
Oh, this is it. Go for it. I do have it. You want me to go for it? All right.
You want to know why? You want to know what blows it up? Okay, so if you're going to do that, it should have been only the first cast, not a mix of the two. Here's why. How would Dina rather, how would Dina recognize Sadie Sink's character? She's never met her in 1970s, whatever, 1976, 1978 rather.
Oh, that's because of her story. Don't you remember? She already heard Ziggy's older adult version story.
If it's designed for her to, the reason why she recognizes the people from back then as her friends, it's because it's like a mirror image. It's almost like when you're dreaming, like you'll see people that you recognize already as something else. Well, she doesn't know Ziggy as a kid.
She doesn't know, but she knows the story. So like it's all intertwined within the.
But she wouldn't have recognized her though. It should have been a different character.
No. She does recognize. She's seen the picture of Ziggy. She's seen her picture, so she already knows what she looks like. So
you're reaching, homie.
No, I'm not. It should
have been old lady Ziggy, and it should have been fucking.
No, it has to be because they're all. It's just like even with like our own dreams, we see things we don't realize.
Isn't Tommy the one that fucking is like the creepy greasy dude?
Yeah,
right?
He's a greasy dude. So
she wouldn't have recognized him.
Well, then we go with the curse then, because the curse has a mystical thing. It does play around people's heads. I mean,
or they could have just got another cast.
No. I don't agree or disagree with that. I think for me, it works because it's a mixture of, because here's the thing too, like there's no way in heck Sarah had the same life as Dina, drunk alcoholic father. It's a little too coincidental. Sarah has a lesbian lover, but they try and keep it away from the group, which is still cool, but I don't think it's the same thing. I think what happened, once she went into Sarah's mind, it almost did this alternate parallel dream-like dimension, but she's seen her life through Sarah's, but a mixture of Sarah's life. So, but it's still Sarah's past. You still see how Sarah died.
You don't see, if that was the case, you'd see a mix of actors. You'd see one or two people that she recognizes, like her brother.
Am I overreaching?
And you would see a cast of people from back then. You're reaching too much. Reaching too much.
You're over. Oh, I lost it. Oh, you're overthinking too much. There it is. See, I'm overreaching. You're overthinking. We're both screwed. How you like them apples?
I just like throwing shit against the wall.
I know.
I think it's funny.
That's unsanitary.
I'm throwing shit at the wall too.
Yeah,
I always like throwing my alternate.
I'm a shade Dave. I like to throw poop.
I like throwing my alternate reality like ideas out there, and I think that's what this.
Here's the problem with that though.
Yeah.
How many times can you put a Band-Aid over a bullet hole?
At least 3
times. Now you're just being ridiculous.
No, but if there's a plot hole,
nobody puts a Band-Aid over a bullet hole. For one thing.
Saying that you can look past it because you're enjoying the rest of the story is one thing, but then going, well, I mean, she might have saw a picture of young Ziggy.
Is there two Joes here?
It might have. She did see the picture. She did see the picture. What's her name? Threw the picture down.
Man, I don't know. Or like, why would they cast? I mean, I get why they.
Well, also people also have dreams. People also have dreams of people they never met, and then they stay.
But if that was the case,
I could do this all day.
It should have only been people. It should have been a mix of people.
Should have, would have.
It should have. So like, just it should have been like. I even think it would have been better played if they did a mix of Sarah and Dina as that character.
No, see, now I'm gonna be honest with you. I agree with that.
It would have made way more sense.
I would love to see more Sarah. We still keep a lot of Dina in there because I like because you see a lot of Dina's brother in there. Obviously, you know he would not be there. Like he was one of the kids that died. No way, he's not there. So I think that's why it's a crisscross of realities, but still Sarah's life. I like that. I like that theory. I wish I dug deep more in to see if I'm right. Maybe the director won't allow that. But I still agree because I love when Dina stabs Nick in the eye. She's Sarah. Sarah's still with her. I love that. I thought that was freaking cool as heck. So
I would like to see a little bit more of a fight there.
More of Sarah. I want to see more Sarah too. I agree.
I would have liked to see way more Sarah. It's a letdown that they didn't utilize that actress enough.
They still showed her here and there. They showed her like when she died. They showed her when she's angry. They showed her more and more when it kind of built. I like that. I like that. I still agree. They should have kept her more.
She was the only one who had a fucking English accent. She was the only one. She's the only one that actually did it, and it sounded right. Everybody else sounded like shit.
Excuse you, it's Irish accent.
Or whatever the fuck they are. I think.
I thought it was fine.
Whatever. Okay. United Kingdom, whatever the fuck they're from. No, Ireland's its own thing.
Aren't you English?
Scotland. Yeah, but I don't give a fuck. Apparently, I'm 3% Nigerian. Where do you see that? like figure that one out. I don't know. But so.
Man.
No, I mean, I still enjoyed this one more than the first one because even though this one, when I think about it,
despite my weird theories, you still have good points. I just want to say that out there.
I have some serious issues with the way some of the things were done in this movie. I still had more fun watching certain things, and certain things like the way my brain works parallel to the way yours is, like the fact that the pastor was such a amazing character in that scene was so fucking perfect.
Yeah, like I agree. Like I wish there was more pastor. I still agree.
I can look past and don't. Hey, no, all pun intended. I can look past everything else with the pastor.
I don't get
it. That's a great pun.
See what I'm doing there?
Nope.
Look, you can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes, okay?
And you can't see your neighbor without binoculars.
No,
you. Let me get my cell phone. Hold on, I can't.
Did I just drop the mic? I just did. Anyways, all right.
Continuation.
Also, really quick,
keep throwing old rants in there.
Was Ziggy, or whatever the fuck her name is, was she one of the kids that got killed by the pastor? Because she literally, if not, she showed. Oh, okay. Because like,
I forgot.
Yeah,
she was there for a second.
She literally shows up for that one segment, and then it was like, nope, that's it. She's just never there again.
All the young kids. Sadie Sink was in there. Josh was in there. I thought Cindy was in there too. I could have been wrong. I thought a bunch of the kids. I could be wrong. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been. I have to rewatch the second one. But like there were a couple of the people that you saw from other movies in that one. The other two. Yeah. The main one is Josh, obviously. And then little kids. So, I don't know if they use any of the littler campers or anything.
Probably.
Would have had to, right? I mean,
just to keep it simple.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that. I don't know. I know that like. Again, I still enjoy it. Like I said before, I can't believe I'm saying this again, is I would have actually enjoyed this one to be a hair longer if they were going to do what they did and show. You know.
Yeah, and that's my thing too with this whole thing. I am very confident. I like this being a 9. I like this being the last one on my least favorites, but I still love it because of the fact that what we talked about the flaws, more should be more passive, a little more Sarah. The stuff with the 1994 Part 2 could have been. Anything with the witch stuff, like I like the pacing, like where they were like did get you dived in there, but they could stretch out a little more, give you a little more, so that when you get to 94, and then didn't give you a little more of that, because then they're just like, 94 Part 2 did what 94 Part 1 did. It's like bam, 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 but it worked, but now it felt like the editing was even faster, and then when you're putting like those two together side by side, it almost feels too disjointed.
Yeah, and they rushed it a lot.
Was it? Yeah, that movie would have been good about 2 hours, 15 minutes, maybe 2 hours and 20 minutes. It would have been.
Yeah, it didn't need much more, man. It really
didn't need much more. Just a little more meat. A little more meat.
A little more substance.
Yep.
Personally.
That's it.
I would have liked a little more. I would have liked a little bit less some areas, and I would have liked a little more like I don't know. I like.
Yeah, like more ghosts near the end in the mall would be great.
Yeah, I thought that the ghost, especially there were a couple really cool character designs. I think. Yeah. I'm a little let down by the fact that we didn't get to see a little bit more of the supernatural stuff. I was a little let down by. That's not just in this one. I mean, in all of them, realistically, like they could have done more. You know, like they could have utilized. I feel like I get that the point of the second one was to show you like the fucking axe character, baghead character, whatever his name is. But like, could have showed.
Yeah,
You
see,
know, they could have shown
I
a
love
couple
the
more
bag how
kills.
it happened, but they could have been more bag earlier. He could have had
More
the bag a little
bag.
sooner.
I still have a little bit
More
of a flaw with
bag.
that. I don't think it should have been form fitting to his face. I think that was a little
Yeah.
ridiculous. But
I
like.
love that, but yeah, I get it. I get it.
I mean, did they have a vacuum behind it? Like, how does like things don't
Yes.
become form fitted like that? Like, was that without heat? What should have happened is somebody should have. Here's what should happen. They should have fucking grabbed him from behind. Somebody should have hit him with like a blowtorch, fucking Aquanet or something.
Yeah.
And then.
I mean,
it
look at the
form fit
damage
his
he
face.
did with just that. Oh, I see you're doing. I see you saying. Never mind. I thought.
I'm talking about
okay.
with the form fitting on his face. There's no reason. I thought that was ridiculous.
They even made like a corny sound effect too when it was going over his face.
Yeah.
Like it was like Stretch Armstrong just like going over his face like that.
I think because it was so
Yeah,
cheesy,
yep,
I just loved it. I loved it. But
That-
I wish the bag,
yeah, that
I wish
was
the
fine.
bag was on his head a little sooner. I think that's what my thing with that part. With
That could happen, yeah.
Yeah.
I also I really do think that they could have utilized a couple more of those killers in this one. Like maybe give one or two of them that we didn't get to see much of in the first one. In this one, so they each got a little more screen time. Or the second one rather. And I think I get it. They try to utilize as many of them as they could have. Like I kind of what's cool is like if they had done this as a series, like a true series, like. Man, they could have given each killer like their own half-hour story, half-hour 45-minute
Yeah,
story.
when you said it earlier, I didn't know if it could work,
had
but
like
now
a
you say it that way. Yeah.
almost like have like almost like a crypt keeper or like a story time theme, right? Like the first one is 1994, and then the second one is 1980 something, and then the third one is 1970 something. Then the fourth one is and like do maybe a block of like 10 of them or something, or whatever the fuck, 8 to 10 of them. And
See,
then I think
in context of this, I don't know if I like the block maybe another time, but not with this one. But I think it's still a good idea.
I just think they could have utilized. I think that would have been more fun. I think it would. I think if they'd done this as like it's a series of books, right? So like Goosebumps, the show was like it was a cheesy Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, like like
the Saturday morning
drama. Yeah. But like they could have done that with this, and they could have made it like R-rated, and they could have like a modern Tales from the Crypt, like have Ziggy as an adult telling the story of each one of them, or I don't know, like, or, you know what I mean, like, and then like and at the very end, the payoff would have circled back all the way around. Like think about Tales from the Hood, right? Tales from the Hood's a good example of that.
Oh, I love Tales. Tales was great.
It's a great movie. Corny as fuck, but it's great. It's like it's three
oh, that was
dudes,
corny. There's some tough shit in
or
that movie.
or
some
or
tough stuff in that.
VHS, the first one. It's kids breaking into a house. They find a bunch of tapes. They watch one. It's a weird story. They go back to them, and there's weird shit going on in their house. They watch another tape.
Well, maybe we'll see that for the future one she does, because there's a lot of work. There's a lot of material that can really stretch through the horror genre. It'd be really neat to see.
I just think, I mean, when you have a lot of, even if they're essentially bitten off of other characters, everything's bitten off of nowadays. There's no such thing as an original guitar riff anymore. It's the way
but this was, can I say, this was, even though it was bitten off because we talked about the influences, it still had a good originality to it. It had a good creativity to it. Like it felt fresh still. It's still fresh. So all three were still fresh in their own way.
Yeah, I just have I have a lot of personal like things. Just say, John, I'm an asshole. It's okay. I'm an asshole. I agree.
Oh, I gotta say, when Dina got stabbed by Nick, you thought she got stabbed again, but you found out she had a bunch of books as armor. The book that got stabbed, well, actually was called First Evil. I got a kick out of that. That's kind of funny.
Also, it was they're written by Robert Lewiston or something, which is R.L. Stein's first name.
Oh, good catch. I didn't catch that part.
Oh, that's cute.
And the reason why Stephen King was brought up as a plot device in the second one to bond those two is because people used to pit like Stephen King against R.L. Stein back in the 90s. Like they used to write a lot of articles about like, oh, who's better, and try to make like a thing out of it.
They did that with Dean Koontz, Stephen King, and R.L. Stein. Stein.
So that's why they brought him up, because they wanted to show like R.L. had a appreciation for him.
And R.L. Stein, I know does he still write? Because there's
Oh.
there's 17. Well, I know he still writes because he keeps making new
There's like
entries.
500 of these fucking books.
Well, so
or whatever
what
it is,
happened?
like
I
600 of these
was
books.
while you were talking about R.L. Stein stuff, I was looking at the synopsis of the actual Fear Street. So there's 17 full books, but inside those books is all like a shit ton of different stories in each one, which compiles to what Ed's saying, like a fucking 100 plus stories, short stories of like the Seraphir and like all that stuff. So there's like a fucking multitude of different angles that they could really go in. So that's what I kind of like, is like you don't really know what you could really do, and realistically they could. I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised there's not enough like this. Probably gonna go into a different tangent, that like R.L. Stein or something doesn't have like his own like universe of movies. If you catch my drift, like even Stephen King,
maybe it's about time.
Like, cause like you even Stephen King, like you'd think that there's more of like a universe out there, especially with like the success of MCU. Duh.
Well, there is technically. I mean, they had a bigger surge. He's going through surges. That's the thing with Stephen King. So like in the fucking late 70s to 80s, there was like his books couldn't have been bought up fast enough to make into movies, and a lot of them were poorly done. And he himself is kind of shit on a couple. Like he hated fucking. What's crazy to me is he hates The Shining. He hates it. He doesn't like it at all.
Well, because
Kubrick
very
took the story and made it his own. It's totally different than the book, right?
Yeah, but then Stephen King made his own.
There's no like it's the characters. It really, and The Shining is very personal to him too. The Shining and Pet Sematary to his most personal work. So
the Pet Sematary is about his kid's cat, or whatever the fuck it is, something like that.
He had a Pet Sematary in his yard just like that. He had he had that whole setup. Yeah.
I mean, he also had a lot of cocaine, so.
Well, I've never seen the show, but that Castle Rock was supposed to be essentially.
I was gonna say Castle Rock was full universe. I'm so mad they stopped that. Dark Tower is still in the works, which will bring more of his universe. It's still being worked on. A new Jerusalem lot is coming out with Adrian Brody's in it. That's coming out really soon. The trailer just popped up. So they brought back that pale blue Nosferatu type vampire. That's really freaking cool.
And there's nothing and there realistically isn't anything out there that says that they aren't, because like realistically, even Stephen King has said it himself that even in the books, they're realistically most of the movies are connected in some way, which is ironic because most of the fucking books take place in Maine. So what a crazy ass state that is.
Well, isn't there really is actually some kind of a tie-in between like the Dark
Towers.
Yeah, it or something. And
yeah,
then, like,
it's the
turtle.
Dumbass turtle. Yeah, it's the dumbass turtle is the one that oversees everything.
It's way beyond anything.
Dumbass. It connects.
No, I'm not calling. I'm saying it's. No, I'm not criticizing the turtle.
Connects to a lot of it also, and Silver Bullet and all. They all somehow. I don't know.
God, I fucking love Dark Tower.
I think people reach sometimes with some of those. Look, it is what it is. Look, here's the deal. I might as well kind of tie this one up.
Overall, we're pretty much ready at the end, actually.
It was fun, talking about the overall, the three movies. We got to finally talk about some of the kills that we didn't talk about, some of the spoiler stuff in any of the reviews. So if you haven't seen our reviews, we give like generalized reviews about these and a rant or two, and they're fun. We do them, our Bonded by Horror Show style. But we are going to be going back to regular movies again. When we come back, probably we're going to take a little break, like a week, about a week break or so, and then we'll be back with some new movies and movie talk, and then we're going to start bringing guests on.
That's exciting.
Good luck getting through those. We're going to have to really fucking
good luck with your rant time there, buddy.
I think we'll all equally. I mean, I actually, to be honest with you, I've done it a couple times. I've just sat back and let you guys go for it a few times. Joe was talking about his Steam stuff. I just let you guys. What's nice about this show is I really can just kind of go, I'm good. I can let you guys go for it. I rant because that's what I do, and I'm a fucking talker, and I'm a professional talker. Like that's what I do for a living. So, in multiple ways. It's just when you have that ability, you just do it, And I'm also. I try to play devil's advocate with some things. We can't all completely agree on every single thing, because if we do, there's no fucking point of the show. Like you can't be perfect. Like I think that little bit.
Yes, I am.
A little bit.
I am perfect.
I like that. I mean, apparently the comment section doesn't think so. Although you're cute as a button.
Bad taste. Don't know what to
Is
tell
that
you.
somebody that you know, or is that just somebody that fucking
Nope,
just
no
random
idea.
person? Hey,
That's
follow
funny.
us. I'm easy to find. It's my name on my shirt. So, anyways, no, so
All right.
yeah, final thoughts, final notes. My scores don't change. I'm not going to change them at all. I will say that I still think the first one sits where it belongs,
Well,
which is around a 6.5 for me out of 10. The second one I think is still 7.5 out of 10 because it does still have its issues. I still think the third one's a 7, like right down the middle between the two. I still go 2, 2, 3, 1 with my personal podium.
yeah, me too.
I would have
What's your whole series as a whole?
Yeah,
yeah,
rate the series as a whole out of 10.
as a whole, I would just give it a 7. It's right in the middle. I mean, I have to be
Makes
justified
sense.
with saying that. I really would just give the whole thing an honest average 7. It's good. It's better than average. I think, and I'll say this. I think I'm spoiled with what Netflix has put out previous to this.
Mm.
Stranger Things and Haunting of Hill House demolished anything like both of
Yeah, I can
them.
see that.
Like one,
Yeah.
I'm in very different ways, like very very different ways. And I think when you know what like the company Netflix is capable of being able to put out with some of their documentaries now and their other movies about like horror movie or serial killers and things like that, I think that they could have. But you have to remember, I don't think this was their property. They bought this like from another studio. From what I think it was
Mm-hmm.
Fox or something like that that funded this. Let people make it. When they got back, whatever this lady, like they gave her no time, really small budget. Here, whip
Mm-hmm.
out 3 movies with no fucking money. They did it. I think for what the story that I've heard about how this was made, I think it's great for what they did. But I also think Netflix got their hands on it and Netflixized it. Like I think Netflix like
Mm-hmm.
over fucking. I think they did change some of the way it was edited. I do think the way they did like even like the fucking screen, like the message screens, like to be continued and things like that. That looks very
Right.
Netflixy. Like if you scroll through there, like in their menu system, it looks like this. Like it looks,
Yeah.
I don't know, like too modern for me, like or something. I don't know, something about
Nah.
it just modern. I don't know, it's not my thing. It's not my fucking thing, Joe. But it's not the movie's fault. So I'm trying to give the movie or the director the benefit of the doubt. These aren't easy to make. Movies are very
That's
hard
a
to make.
good. I
The
think it's a
fact that
good
the fact
full
that they
review.
got this done with what they fucking had, and
Mm.
still put out something that I really do think I can't
Hey,
harp on this enough.
dude, that's horror.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yep.
I think this is a good thing for horror. I really do.
Yep.
It's not my kind of thing necessarily, but it's great. I would be fine with my nephew watching these. 100%. He's seen worse. Like
Yeah.
if it really, I mean, he's not no 10 now. He's 10. I saw
Holy
way
crap.
worse when I was younger than him. So he at 10 years old is right around when you kind of start learning what horror is. He loves Goosebumps. He loves the Jack Black one. So like I think you'd be able to handle this all day long. And I think you would. I
Mm.
think you would like it. I think you would like it more than me. Like it'd be interesting to see what he thinks. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. No special things here, just a straight up 7
Yeah.
out of 10 because for a series. Um, I'm looking forward to the next one. As far as, and I don't mean like future. I mean like whatever else comes next. I like the idea of doing modern thing, like whatever comes out when it's fresh. Structure it different next time. Try new things out. It's a never ending like cycle of new ideas. So I'm done.
Mm.
7. I think everybody should go check it out. Tell us what you think as far as which one you like the best.
Yeah,
That is the most intriguing thing to me.
it's on Netflix. So if you already have a subscription, the only thing, if you don't like it, the only thing you're losing out is time. That's it.
Yeah, and even then, big deal.
All right, so I will let Joe end it because I know this series definitely meant a lot more to him than it did to me. This series for me, I will continue to say it. It was fine. Dude, like nothing stood out to me, or like except like a couple parts at the end. The kills are cool. The characters, I honestly, couldn't name most of them through a fucking hole in the wall. Man, this was hard for me because like I was trying to give it like with my rationale, and I wasn't trying to do the average thing. I really wasn't. But if the math adds up that way, then that's pretty funny. Let's just say it like this. I probably would never rewatch it unless I had to for something like this. So with that being said, I still enjoyed them for what they were. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I definitely liked it a little bit more than Ed, even though I just kind of shit it on it for a second there. But
Yeah, but it's just being honest.
no, like I just honestly, I think I agree with you. It's just not my thing. It's definitely aimed at a different audience, and I think and honestly, maybe like depending on like a day, or like a month or two or like a year from now, maybe I'll look back on it and be like, oh, maybe I was just being too harsh on it. Because like right now, I'm definitely into a different genre than this. So it's just probably not what I'm looking for right now. As long as it's not Old by M. Night Shyamalan, I don't really care. Granted, at the time. What was that? Oh yeah, Old, bad. It was bad. It was bad. Just don't see it. It's bad. It was bad.
Don't tell people not to see it. Come on.
I called it as I sees it, boys. I mean, fucking still watch it. Still definitely see it.
We should do Midsummer and Old back to back.
I'm ready to see. I'm definitely ready for Midsummer.
Oh, look at that, man!
I gotta
go. Oh shit, my headset.
Hey, I can't go yet. I gotta talk. You can't go yet.
What?
I gotta give my rating. You can't go anywhere yet.
Go ahead, Joe.
All right. Well, I mean, full disclosure. Obviously, I don't even know if I said that right. I don't care. Obviously, I loved all three of these movies. I love the first one more. I just miss that insanity that I grew up with, like with that like 90s, 80s feel. Even it was more 90s, but I enjoyed the chaos. I even the floors I enjoyed. I was able to get the first one a 10 because of that. If I would go back and forth, maybe a 9.8 if I would really take the floors, seriously, I still like the fact I gave the second one a 9.5. Because as much as a lot of it worked, I some like that some of the stuff in it like was a little weird. Maybe I don't know, but I don't know. I'll repeat the same thing I said before. And then I went the last one was a 9 because of its flaws. I really liked how different it was, but it did feel too disjointed. Needed to be a little longer. My favorite thing in the entire series, not just the kills, the characters, or the stories, is how it intertwined. I liked how the lore intertwined. I like how it just went backwards on the show. How like something like a curse can be created throughout a town and stick with a town in different ways of like how people can react to each other and judge each other, and how it's almost like a deep-seated thing. That's my favorite thing of this whole entire series. The Satanist stuff is a little cheesy because it's like, oh, typical Satanist crap, but who knows, maybe it's not Satan crap. I don't know, maybe they think it's Satanist because all the the engravings don't seem typical Satanist to me. But I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the twists. I enjoyed a lot of stuff with it. So it just makes sense because of the way I gave my ratings. The whole thing should be 9.5. It just makes sense to me because you got like right in the middle of that. And even if I didn't give the first one a 10, I think the whole series would be 9.5 for me. So I can see myself rewatching this again. It's definitely it hits me on a lot of different areas. It spoke to me in different areas.
I'm interested to see you if you haven't already listened to a couple of reviews like that.
I'm always weird watching them. I gotta watch them. Yeah.
I think you should watch a couple of them just to see what other people think, because a lot of people are like you, and then there are a lot of people that are like in the middle, then there are a lot of people that aren't like that at all. Find a couple on your own. Definitely watch the Hack the Movie ones. It's like a 2-hour episode. Mm-hmm. They do the whole series and breakdown, and they go long form anyways. And they're all Philly guys. They're all Philly and Pennsylvania guys.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, their studio is in not too far outside of Philly, from what I understand.
Oh wow.
So they're at the Mahoning Drive-In all the time. You'd like them. They break down everything. They make their own horror movies. They do all kinds of shit. So they're good funny dudes. You probably aren't going to get a lot of their inside jokes unless you watch a bunch of them. Like you'll start seeing you'll get it because they do like little things. But it's I still think you'd enjoy a lot of what they're talking about because they don't like trash any of it, but they give different opinions, which is pretty cool. And the way they talk about it and break it down is pretty wild. And then I like them, and I like that the dude that I found, I can't remember what the hell his name, Once Movie Daily or Daily Movie something, I don't know. He was all right. I watched a couple other guys, some Austin something kid who's a bigger name on there. The bigger guys haven't touched this though. Like I haven't seen Stuckman touch it. I haven't seen Jeremy Johns touch it. I haven't seen the Smose guys touch it. So I'm kind of surprised that like none of the bigger name people are going after this one. But maybe it's slipping through their
Well,
Craft, I don't know if it's good.
Stuckman's making his movie right now, so he said in a YouTube video earlier that he's not gonna be reviewing a lot of stuff right now, unless
Yeah.
stuff like really, really jumps out at him. So
I
it
figure,
probably
yeah, something. We'll see what happens. But
All right.
go be on the lookout for what we do next. We're gonna be back soon. We have a couple. We all have a lot going on the next couple weeks. And we'll be back sometime next week. I think we'll find a show to do it, even if it's not like the guest show yet. We'll at least get one movie back under our belts, like a fresh movie for us. I'm just saying. Last time I checked, first week of August is the middle of summer, so midsummer might be the right one to go with. But I don't want to subject Ben to that. Actually, I think it's Ben's turn to pick a movie. He hasn't really actually picked anything in a while, so.
can we
I know
pick
Ben- I
it?
know
That
Joe's a lot.
didn't work.
Can we pick an A24
was
movie
hoping.
that's not Midsummer? That'd be pretty cool.
We haven't done one yet. But what have we all not seen yet though? That's the problem. And like I think the only issue with
There's
an
quite a few I
A24
haven't
movie is
seen
right
yet.
now. What have you not seen? Well, I mean, we're talking like the horror movies though. Like you've seen
Yeah.
the big ones. You've seen the big four, which is Midsummer, Hereditary, Lighthouse, and fucking The Witch.
The only one I have not seen is Midsummer.
You've never seen Midsummer? Oh shit!
Fine.
Oh shit! We might
Fine.
have to do it.
I'm not
We might
taking
have
this.
to do it now.
I'm not taking
Like-
this as the movie that I pick, but I will agree to do Midsummer.
No, but
No, I'll do
we
it.
owe you a couple then. We owe you a couple after this one.
Yep. This is
how about
my
this?
IOU.
How about this? No, how about this? How about this? Ben,
Mhm.
search around, see what you can come up with. Give us a couple different ideas. Because we have to do Midsummer this summer. We have to do it at some point.
I will
You
go-
don't
Don't
have
forget
to do
about
it right
Friday. Don't forget about
I
Friday
will-
the 13th.
That's true.
now. Yeah, don't forget. Yeah, true. We have time. We'll be able to
Nope.
figure it out.
I will take it right now. I'll take that. I'll take the IOU, and
Okay.
I want to do Midsummer. Can't believe I just said that.
Well, so the IOU. So we made
I
a deal.
can't believe
We made a
I
deal.
can't believe Joe's never seen it. That's gonna be
I
wild.
want to see it, but it's one of those ones I know I have to be in the mood for, and I'm waiting too long now. I've been waiting too long for it. I have to admit, I've been waiting too long. I think it's perfect for the show for me to be a first viewing for me.
I'm
and one
interested to
he
see if you
hates,
hate it. Because you
yeah.
might not like it at all. Like,
We'll see him. We'll see him.
I can't picture that. I think it's almost impossible for you not to like this movie. But
Mhm.
I could be. But it's gonna be interesting. I didn't know you'd never seen it.
I
Yeah,
really hope I'm
that's,
wrong about the movie. Let's just say.
I'm hoping Ben gets a little bit more out of it.
All right. What's okay?
Ooh, we're gonna do Midsummer for the middle of summer. I like that. That's it is a good idea because one of us loves it, one of us hates it, and then one of us has never seen it before. And it's
I'm the wild card.
The
Wild
wild card
card,
bitches. Dude, during that movie,
All right.
I almost walked out of the fucking theater because I was like, I
we're
can't.
old.
All right. See, that's it.
Well, listen.
Oh no,
well,
Midsummer.
all right. Well, we can talk about old because we'll never do. I don't want to do it. I will fucking.
No, don't talk about cold. Don't talk about old.
Yeah, I will veto
All right.
old.
Stop
but-
doing plugs. Stop doing plugs. Almost.
Yeah, I agree. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, me
Eddie
too.
_Vegas Instagram, Bonded by Horror on Instagram. I've got to get back on that. I'll get back on it this week. I keep on saying it, but I really am gonna get back on it.
That's a quote of the century.
That's it right now. I don't have anything else right now.
I'll go next.
Oh, sorry. Three Dudes and Cold Brews podcast. That's it. But who are technically on a hiatus for now.
Excuse me. Oh my God. JCW Horror Writer on Twitter. JC Walsh 81 on both Instagram and Slasher. I almost said Shocker. That's weird. You can find that bad boy that Ben's holding up on Amazon with my other release and other projects I'm involved. Amazon.com. Just put JC Walsh. Facebook is JC Walsh, I think, author. JC Walsh author. Yeah. Just that's where you can find my page. I also break down 4 movies with Ahmad Rosamilia on his YouTube. So it's like a quick review on 4 different movies with similar themes, and I think that's it. I said it pretty good. I said it pretty fast. All right, I think it's everything.
For me to end it quick, Scrooge Champ, y'all know me if you're watching this live. If you're watching on YouTube, then and if you haven't known me, then welcome. I love you all. Streaming on Twitch regularly again. Fucking sweet. Right now we're finishing up Final Fantasy VII Remake if that interests you. And probably on the side we're gonna be playing Pokemon Unite that just came out. It's been pretty sweet. I've been liking it a lot. Snorlax for days, boys. That's about it. Thank you guys, and I genuinely love you all a lot. It means a lot.
Yeah. Subscribe to whatever. Oh, YouTube, Bono by Heart YouTube, and on Spotify. Go check us out there.
Right.
Go
It's
check us
true.
out there. YouTube's obviously you can rewatch the replays, and then Twitch you can rewatch them there too. But YouTube gives you a little bit more freedom with it, and
Very
easier
true.
to find. And go rewatch the Poughkeepsie tapes because we're almost at 1,000 views on now.
Yeah, get us up on there, boys. Thank you, everybody watching that. I really like that.
Fucking wild. I still can't believe that.
I've done nothing. Like when I say like I didn't add anything, I didn't fucking. So that's clearly people just seeing it.
Finding it, yeah.
Yeah, and I saw the analytics. People are actually watching the whole thing, so they clearly are watching it too. So the hours watched on it is crazy. So like let's just say that was probably like 2.5 hours. So times that by roughly around like 650. That like full. That's 650 different eyes. I'll look later to see where people are from because they YouTube will show you that too. Anyway, but that's it. I'll say that later. Thanks, guys.
All right, motherfuckers. Stay bloody.
Stay bloody.